color.
You did it now.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome, welcome.
Goodness.
One and all.
Did you miss us?
They had to have, right?
One and all or one and many? Honestly, we prefer the many compared to the
all?
one. Yeah, well, to the one. I mean, if we had all, it'd be everybody.
I prefer many over
everybody?
one.
You want everybody watching this show? Like if
Not
you had,
everybody.
if everyone. Yeah, no, not everybody. I think.
There's some people I don't want watching.
Yeah, absolutely not. Mostly jerks.
Yeah, like mean jerks.
Mean jerks. Don't want them
Ian,
watching this show.
How you been?
Brandon.
Tell me.
Good.
Okay, that's
How
great.
about you? How have you been?
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Yo, one sec. I'm just gonna check the song because we
Oh yeah,
discussed this.
go ahead and take a peek. See how that's coming in, and also maybe take a peep at our volume, because there's been. Matty F in the chat already says the Kings are back. We're back,
We're
baby.
back, baby.
And as good as always, or close to.
Okay, so good news is the songs are randomized. So
Hooray!
yeah.
About time.
And volume sounds good too. I mean, as far as I can tell, volume.
It's
sounds
louder than it was,
good.
at least. Whether it's loud enough, that's another question. But it's louder
It
than
might
it was,
be.
baby.
That's right. We had a friend here who was in the audience, and he was like, "It's too quiet." And then he bought me a plane ticket, and I yelled at him about how he was
Went
telling
out there
us it
today.
was too quiet.
You made me look like an idiot.
I was like,
Oh my God.
man.
Matty F, I love your Luigi emote. I haven't seen that one yet. That's fantastic.
Hold on. Oh shit! I closed the tab out. I didn't see the Ouija. The Ouija.
That's the king of
you know.
that's the king of the Godfather town. You know.
Wait for the king.
Godfather.
Oh, okay. I just saw the king. I love it. Thank you, Matt, for reposting it. That makes it so much easier for us. Ouija says, "Kiss the ring." I saw people kiss Ouija's ring.
I'll kiss that ring.
Saws it.
Oh. Wow. Thank you, Top Cat Yo, for the subscription.
Who's that?
I don't know, some jerk. You remember when we said we
idiot.
didn't want jerks watching? Well, they
That guy's
didn't
a
listen.
jerk. A grade A jerk.
What a jerk face.
A jerk. Gosh, where have we been the last 2 weeks? Where have we
We've
been?
been everywhere. We were in
True.
Chicago. We were in
Chicago.
Grand Rapids. I mean,
Grand Rapids,
I'm not
Missouri.
No, not Missouri.
You're not there.
Wait, did I say Missouri? What the fuck
You
am I?
did.
Oh my god.
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
We were.
That's what I meant to say.
We were transported to space because we were so invested in the film
Space
that I
and
felt like I was there.
time. Transported.
Sorry, go
We've
ahead.
been
I'm gonna
everywhere.
stop doing the robot voice. It's
We've
really
been
kills the
everywhere.
momentum.
Oh,
We were in places.
No.
We were in space for sure.
that's true. Yeah. We
So-
got a ticket to space with Jeff Bezos.
That's
He's
right.
like, he's heard us talking shit about him a lot on here, and he was like, I'm gonna win. You know, I just need to like
Get on this space craft.
explain to them, you know, how I'm not a jerk.
And we were like, fuck no, you're a fucking jerk. I hope you die in space. And if I'm
And
with
he-
you, I hope I
Took
die.
us to space, and it was something, but he made us pee in bottles, which I just
Yeah.
did not appreciate.
Couldn't go on break. Yo, it turns out when you bring Jeff Bezos, when you bring Beth
Spacos.
Bezos on your spaceship with you, he just expects you to do everything for him. You're like, hey Jeff, we need the oxygen recycled, and he's just like, oh, why don't you do it, you fucking plebe? And we're just like, fuck you, Jeff. I hope you fucking die out here.
That's kind of how he sounds, which really surprised me. I think I heard him for being the richest man in the world. I heard him talk for the first time like
recently on the news, and I was just
I
really
heard
like
him-
bothered
sorry.
by his voice. It was not what I expected.
No, it wasn't.
I expected more like lizard person, but I got more like dorky bro.
You expected a Zuckerberg, and you got Dork Bro.
Dork bro. Oh, we got
Dork
Leviathan
bro.
Den in the chat. Says, "What it do, DrawBomb fam? Yo."
Leviathan Den. And we got Matty F subscribing, and he says more like Jeff Bezos. God is there, my dude. Oh!
Because it's
Oh.
like his name, and then the place that he went
This
because he has
Space!
immeasurable wealth.
Oh!
God, please, no!
Great,
Um,
great stuff.
But yeah, so I actually, the first time I ever heard his voice, you mentioned the way he sounds like a fucking douche,
Yeah.
and then which, by the
You
way,
had to
Jeff,
find
you
out.
do, you fucking douche.
You have all that
and
money. Why
then-
don't you sound better?
Don't you sound less like a fucking douche, Jeff? And then I saw a TikTok where they took the clip of like someone be like, "So Jeff, did you wish you could have gone to beyond space?" And he's just like, "Hell yeah!" Wearing the dumbest cowboy hat I've ever seen in my fucking life.
He thinks he's a cowboy.
Thinks he's like a fucking
he's a
midnight
field hand.
cowboy. I wish he was a midnight cowboy so he could suck my fucking dick. But anyways,
I don't remember that
he
part
like
of the movie.
he did a fucking goof. What isn't he a prostitute? In the
I don't know.
movie?
I haven't seen it. That makes sense.
I don't know. I haven't seen the movie either. I just know what I've heard about Midnight Cowboy, and it's about prostitution.
Got it.
I could be wrong though. Someone who knows anything, correct me.
The oldest
but anyways,
profession, beyond working in an Amazon warehouse.
this is true. Yes. If the profession's so old that the pee bottles are still drinkable. Yeah. So like. He like does this dumbass fucking laugh because he's Jeff fucking Bezos, the fucking dork douche. And he goes like, ha 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 ha. And then like the first time I ever heard his voice was like that 5-second clip of the interview, and then they took his douchey laugh and then mixed it into a song, and that was the whole
that's
point of the
awesome.
video.
That's good stuff.
So as far as I know, he laughs like a jerk and he is a jerk. So fuck you, Jeff Bezos. By the way, we're on Twitch. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, Matt just drew attention to the thing you're about to say, I think. He says, "Don't talk about our boss like that."
Yeah, right.
We're like playing a game of
Oopsies.
chicken waiting for him to like fire us.
Yeah, we dare you to ban us, Jeff, the fucking... What rhymes with Jeff? That's like insulting. Jeff the...
Hef. Because he's
He's like Hugh Hefner?
no, like a cow, like it's a heifer.
Oh.
Thing. It's just-
Oh, shit's way better. I was like, Hugh Hefner is my first go-to. Also, can we talk about, like... Same subject. Can we talk about, like, all of, like, the Hugh Hefner has all these Playboy models at his mansion. He's, like, an 80-year-old man. Like, do you think he was, like, actually, like... sexually harassing in the workplace? Any of
I
those
think it was very
models?
much one of those situations where it was like, well, I mean, there's a lot of bullshit there, and I'm also probably, I don't know, but I think it was a lot of like that. Maybe he was asking for consent, but he was using his
His
position
leverage?
as leverage. Yeah, and that's pretty shitty.
That is shitty, which, either he was an 80-year-old man and everyone was just sort of transplant.
I'm glad I shaved a mustache. I wish I had that.
Is that
Saxophone.
that's all the song?
That's all you get.
Sexy sax. Yeah, right. No, sexy sax for the Hugh Hefner topic. But no, like, either he was lying to us, and he, in fact, did not sexually, because, like, again, these were women who were working with him, so any sort of sexual conduct in
He'd
the
always have like
workplace.
3 of them that would be his girlfriends at a time, and they'd be like, "No, yeah, I'm dating him." It's like,
Right,
this man
which-
is a skeleton, and you are like 20. Like, what do you mean?
You're a 19-year-old woman, and this man is 81.
Is that your
Also,
type?
he's
Not
your
to
boss.
yuck yums, but yuck.
Not the outcomes. He's your boss, though.
Yeah, true.
So if he's your
HR
boss
wants
and
to
you're,
speak to you.
yeah, HR would like to have a word with you, Miss Playboy Bunny of December. Either look, no matter like all of the reasons we just mentioned, no matter what, it doesn't look good. But like so many
Not
people are
looking
just
good.
like, man, Hugh Hefner is living the life, and it's
I
just
mean,
like
he's
no,
not
he's
living any life right now.
No, he's not
On
living any
account
life
of
anymore.
being
He is
dead, ripped, torn in peace.
ripped torn in peace. Hugh Hefner
I
ripped
don't
torn
know.
in peace, ripped torn. I just don't believe the hype. I guess like that
Yeah.
classic song, "Skater Boy" by Avril Lavigne. I don't believe the hype. Don't. But wait, is that the right song? I don't. Anyways, point
Do you
is,
think Hugh Hefner
that-
was a skater boy?
he was a skater boy. Avril Lavigne was just like, oh my god, see you later. Either way, the situation isn't good no matter what. But like Hugh Hefner is one of those people who everyone was just like, oh my god, envy. Hef, he's got blah 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 blah. And it's just like, nah,
Yeah.
dude. Like,
Short of
either he
speaking
was
ill of the
a
dead, people have kind of more started to lean towards that guy was kind of a douche or kind of
Yeah,
a dick
either
or
that guy
had
was
like a bad workplace environment.
either that guy was a sex pest or second option, which was he was lying. So neither option sounds great.
No.
I guess what I'm
Good
trying to say is that I wish Jeff Bezos had died in space. Is that a
Yeah.
weird way to start the episode?
No, you know. I think you're not the only one.
Yeah, no, I've seen a lot of TikTok videos. Also, like the Jeffrey Bezos song from Bo Burnham has been blowing up across the internet.
It's funny. There's a lot of people who like love rich people, like billionaires, like because I think they're thinking like, boy, we'll all be rubbing elbows when I'm too am a billionaire soon, just as soon as my, I don't know, whatever kicks off. But
my extended warranty for my Fortnite character. I'm
But
just
do you
throwing
think
together buzzwords.
Jeff
See what you're
Bezos
saying.
is going? So they're like, well, he's figuring this shit out because when we have to leave Earth, when it goes to shit, then we'll, you're gonna be thanking him. And it's like, you think he's gonna take you?
Yeah,
Mr.
he's not gonna
Poor?
take you to Earth. Also,
maybe if he needs someone to like rest his feet on, you don't get to
I
go to
love the
space with Jeff
idea-
Bezos.
You don't get to go to space with Jeff Bezos. I also love the idea of Jeff Bezos going to space with like a team of 8 people, and then like all 8 people on that ship being useful. It's gonna be like Jeff Bezos, and then like 7 minions who he's just like, this is dumb. Can you make me food? And they're just like, Jeff, we haven't even grown a plant yet. Can you please just in the morning at 8 o'clock? Can you water the hibiscus? And he's just like, fuck you, I don't do I'm a billionaire, I don't gotta water shit. And it's like, I'm actually, you know what? That's the next animated short I'm gonna make, is Jeff Bezos in space being a useless bitch. It's just
It
Jeff
should be like
Bezos-
the angle you should do is like Star Trek Bridge, where there's like an emergency, and they're all like,
yeah.
so and so, turn on the shields. So and so,
Yes.
cool the generator. Jeff, dodge the asteroids. He's like, what? Fuck you, you do
Mhm.
it.
You do it. I'm a billionaire. Actually, that's great. That's probably what I'm gonna do next. Like I had like a couple ideas on my phone. This is way better than all of
You
these
should
things
make
I've ever
a
done.
like Jeffrey Bezos in space like intro. That's like very like yeah, like, very like campy sci-fi.
To go where no billionaire has gone before.
Leviathan said says make sure he has the dumbass cowboy hat on. Oh, definitely.
Yes, thank you. Yes, that's beautiful. Ugh, great. Fuck you, Jeff Bezos. I hope you fucking die. I'm sorry. Are we banned from Twitch
I don't know.
yet?
That will get us banned eventually. I don't know.
That will,
If we ever
yeah,
get
someone
popular
finds it.
enough. We gotta,
Yeah.
you know. We can still talk shit, but wishing death is probably against the TOS.
This is episode 75. I mean, they'll have to find 75 other episodes. There's so much they can probably ban or cancel us for.
Well, you know. We're gonna get this show will kick off, finally get popular just in time for us to get shut down.
I can't wait.
People will eat that up, you know, we'll be underdogs.
We'll be like, I got canceled. Cancel culture is real.
Fuck you, I'm going to Mixer.
Yeah. Because Mixer is done, right? Mixer doesn't exist
Probably.
anymore. Good lord. No, yeah.
It is. Boy, it is
Go for
toasty
it.
in here.
While Brandon's gone, I hope you die, Jeff Bezos. I'm sorry. No. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh,
Crazy
oh,
Kyle
oh,
just subscribed. Thank you, Crazy Kyle.
I'm going to Facebook Live. That's right. Facebook is the real streaming platform I need. Jeffrey Bezos.
Alright.
What have you been up to this past week? We visited each other in Chi-Town.
Yeah. Yes.
Chi-City is a YouTuber. We
I
visited
came
each
out-
other in Chi-Town.
I came out to Chicago. We hung out. It was a great time. You guys came out to Grand Rapids for a day to watch Fast and Furious, hence us drawing this. And boy, it was
Yes.
fantastic. We got a lot to unpack there in a little bit. Well, I mean,
So
we
can-
shouldn't just like spoil it, honestly. So maybe we
No,
don't
no,
have
no.
a lot to unpack. But
I have a couple things to unpack because
okay,
Austin
we'll talk
and I,
about that.
yeah, Austin and I talked about Fast and the Furious while we were still like hanging out together, in Chi-Town, post Fast Furious times. So, for instance, there's a movie reviewer who I really respect because their opinions have always been pretty solid, I would say. And I found that I was curious if they had written an article because like they do a podcast that's pretty popular now. Like I think that's their bread and butter is the podcast and other things associated with it. I'm a big fan of the podcast. I haven't listened to it in a while, but big fan. It was like one of my first podcasts I ever listened to. So I was curious if they had written any articles because they were one of the first people I had read a review for who were like, dude, these movies are so fucking dumb. I love them. Which is what helped convince me to be like, we should probably watch these. These are dumb, and
Yes.
people love them. Which is why we love these movies. So, anyways, I found an article where he ranked all the Fast and Furious movies in order of worst to best.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, Austin, like, guess the order that this article is in, and we'll see how correct you are. So Austin, here's the thing. It was an article. The first 8 Fast and Furious movies were ranked according from worst to best, and then the 9th one was listed at the end, and he would say where he ranked the latest one in all of the catalog of Fast and Furious movies. So with that parameter in mind, I said, "Okay, Austin, list them out. What do you think?" And he guessed all of them except for
You got
the
it right?
last. Like, he got almost all of them except for like the top 3, which is a pretty good. Like, there's of the 8 movies that were in the ranking, not including Fast Furious 9, he guessed 5 of them exactly as this dude ranked them. And then the rest were just sort of a matter of taste. So,
It's pretty impressive.
we also watched Fast and Furious 3 Tokyo Drift.
How'd you feel about it?
I didn't hate it, honestly. It was
I like to shit on Austin, but I don't remember it being like the worst one in the series or anything.
it's not bad. It's like a high school drama,
Yeah.
which this article said the same thing. It's like a high school drama, but with also racing in it. And the thing is, like,
That's all of the movies, though.
yeah. But what the article said though, and I agree with this wholeheartedly. I feel like I'm just spitting out what this article already said, but I also just happened to think this before I read the article. But a lot of the Fast and the Furious series, if they're racing, if it's just like the street race aspect of the series, if they want to go faster, it just shows them shifting up. And like
Yes.
that's all there is to it. And like all of a sudden they're driving faster and like they're winning the race or they're losing the race or they're hitting the NOS button and they're driving faster. Which is not as interesting as, for instance, fucking drifting around a curve, which is just drifting is a much more interesting style of racing than driving in a straight line, right? Like I think we can agree on that. So
Yeah, we
the
definitely
racing
agree on
seems
that. And we
yeah,
will.
100%. Oh, we will agree on it.
Let me read the chat real quick.
Oh wow, it is popping. Okay, go
Yeah,
for
I
it.
don't want to ignore them. Maddie S says there are so many Fortnite streamers on Facebook Live. Hell yeah, we'll fit right in. Leviathan Den says before he puts on his cowboy hat, you have to have the sun rays coming through the spaceship windows and reflecting off his head, and the reflection burning down an entire forest before he puts the cowboy hat on. Whoops,
Yes.
there goes half the Amazon, but who cares? I'm loaded. Get it?
Bring in the
Amazon.
fucking environmental Amazon, but also the environmental just aspect of
And Leviathan Den says,
billionaires.
sorry, I just realized how dumb that sounded. I'm here for it.
It doesn't sound dumb. It sounds like some brilliant political sociological commentary.
Crazy Kyle says Austin thinks 3 is the best one. It is not. The characters in Tokyo Drift are, and then he did the emoji where guys like this.
Okay, Kyle, you're not wrong, okay? Look, you're not incorrect. Tokyo Drift, yes, you're correct. Han is in it, though, and Han is, as Austin said, a better Vin Diesel than Vin Diesel. Like, he's a much more interesting dude who sort of, instigates the sort of life, like, the way the first Fast and Furious movie works is, it's Paul Walker, he's a cop, and he investigates this underground racing league, and then Vin Diesel's there, and he's just like, "Y'all, I'm so cool. You should join this life of crime with me." And Paul Walker's like, "You know what? Honestly, Vin Diesel, you are so charismatic. Yes, I will join you." And Han, played by, I don't know the dude's name, but Han, he's way better at acting like a person who I would follow into a life of crime. Then, like, Vin Diesel told me to join a life of crime, I'd be like, I don't know, dude, you look like you sound like you've been hit in the head a lot. But
And he
Han
has.
is,
It's been proven.
he has, yeah. But Han is way more charismatic than Vin Diesel about all of that. So I would follow Han into a life of crime more than I would follow Vin Diesel. And that's all I have to say about that.
I don't think Vin Diesel is inherently a bad actor, but he doesn't really make a good case for himself in those movies.
I don't think he has to. I think
That's
those
true.
movies already have their audience.
That's right.
Us.
He's playing a character, and that character is just a weird mumble man who's like shows no emotion, but is just great behind the wheel.
Yeah. The best thing about family is when you got Thanksgiving, somebody's bringing turkey to dinner.
That's true. But who's bringing Coronas? That's the question.
The whole family, dog.
Fast and Furious, sponsored by Corona.
Wait, hold on. Not that kind of Corona.
No,
Is it still too early to make jokes about that yet? Because it's
still happening.
ravaging. It's still ravaging parts of the country, and
Didn't you
people are
hear?
still dying.
It's over.
It's over.
It's done.
We kind of acted like it was over during my visit to Chicago, though. We were like I tried to get outdoor seating,
Yeah.
pretty much as possible when we were out at restaurants and stuff like that. Like, so okay, we were at Au Cheval. That's a place in Chicago.
Yes.
When I went to the bathroom in that place was crawling with people, and
Yeah.
I just felt so happy that I was wearing a mask.
We did a pretty good job of wearing our masks or staying out of
We did.
places.
I'm very happy about it. But like when we were at Au Cheval, they were like, "Do you want indoor? Or do you want outdoor seating?" And we were like, I was like, I'm okay with indoor, but like I would prefer outdoor seating. I try to be very acquiescent about it, like just because I didn't want to be like causing us a hard time and getting like a table for the reservation we'd waited an hour and a half for. But then when I went into the bathroom once we got seated at our outdoor table, I went in and that place was like
Family.
just crammed
Yeah.
with people.
And then I went up to
And I
the
was
host
so
and I
happy.
was like, "You put us outside." And she was like, okay, right away, sir.
He did that. I saw it. He flashed his
foaming
Wolverine
at the
claws.
mouth.
Yeah. I was very happy that we got.
Nah, she was very. They were very nice. I didn't even barely.
They
have
were
to
very
ask.
nice.
I was just like, "Can we sit outside?" And they're like, "Yep." And that was that.
But it was. By the way, I just want to
did you have a side of Delta while you were there? Did you fly Delta?
I flied American Eagle,
Oh,
which
American Eagle. That's a
don't
clothing
they sell us
store.
T-shirts? Yeah.
I
by the way,
only
just
wear
wanna
American Eagle because I am easily manipulated by advertising.
Yo, I see American Eagle advertisements and I see like a girl wearing like practically nothing, and I'm like, damn, I gotta have one of their T-shirts.
That's who I get to hang out with if I buy a wallet with a chain on it that they
Sign
made.
me up. Can I buy 8 of your 10 overpriced vinyls? By the way, I just want to say you are zoomed in. I'm noticing you're drawing.
Oh no!
Not the borders of
Oh
our
shit! You're
drawing.
correct. You're very correct. All right, well, I can fix this. I can
okay,
fix this.
I thought it would help us in the long
Yeah, thanks for
run.
letting me know.
No problem. But yeah, we so far I've had some sneezy peasies. I've had some coffee waffies, but I haven't had Delta as far as I can tell, which is good. I'm gonna catch up on the chat real quick. Hold on.
You got a
Let me
cold
just
right
see
now?
real quick.
You dealing with a cold?
No, I don't have a cold. I feel fit as a fiddle.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Kyle's hilarious comment. I would
got
like to
you so
report
good.
that I just made rice pudding and it is delicious, says Maddie F. Which Kyle says nice.
Wow.
And then Kyle says, it's a duck holding a gun. Fast and Furious 1 and 2 is greater than 3. Which I'll agree with maybe 1. I haven't seen 1 as recently as I've seen 3. 3 we didn't really. 3 we talked all the way through. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like 2. No? I don't know. I haven't seen 2. I actually haven't seen 2. I can't say.
They're fast.
Oh,
isn't it?
1 second.
We have a visitor.
Sorry, so I'm also making plans for a trip to Philly, and the person who that is contingent upon just called, and my brother walked into my room, and I had to let him know I'm doing a thing right now. I can't talk.
Leave me alone, big bro.
I'm private time. Ian is a Delta male, which I don't know if you know this, is below. What is the C? Charlie? I'm a Charlie male. That's right.
Wait. No, are
I'm
you
not-
thinking
I'm not-
like army letters? Because alpha and beta are no, it's like the Greek alphabet.
Yeah, but Army uses the same alphabet.
No, because there's ones like Foxtrot and Charlie.
So what?
Man.
What's after Delta? What do we go to Theta? Like what is the Greek?
Alpha.
Like don't get me wrong, I understand that if like this were coronavirus
Alpha.
variants, we would be like
Beta.
blah, blah, blah.
Something. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Why don't you Google it, you dingus?
Do we have any Greek people in the chat?
Yeah, hey, fellow Greeks. Call out. But anyways, I'm a hotel male. If we're going by the Army code words once again. Which is about 4 degrees lower than a Delta male. I'm just not an alpha male. Like, fuck that. Like, excuse me, you expect me to command all the wolves? I'm sorry. I don't command shit, okay? I'm not an alpha male. I
don't
am
want to
a
lead the wolf
hotel.
pack. The person in
Yeah,
charge is usually a sucker because they're overworked.
They're overworked. I'm a hotel male because I'm here for the continental breakfast, okay? That's me. What is the rest of the chat saying? I was making a bad COVID variant joke. Lol. No, we know that, dude. Like, It's like the main news story. We know that you're making a COVID joke. Kyle
Wait,
says the
didn't
Greek
you say
alphabet.
COVID's
So
over?
I'm being a dipshit. Leviathan Den says, "Hey, other cuz," which I guess is talking to the person who burst into my room. Crazy Kyle says, "Oh, sweet child," which I'm assuming he refers to
That's
me
Guns N'
or
Roses.
the Guns N' Roses song. What if that Guns N' Roses song was adapted for a post Game of Thrones world? Oh, we were sweet summer child of mine. I'm sorry, stupidest fucking joke I've ever heard in my life. Anyways, we took a Sigma male online quiz on our pod today. It was hilarious. I hope people aren't serious about it, says Maddie F. I would hope not. Please God no, but also I've been disappointed in humanity on a consistent basis, like 5 times daily.
They're always doing
Since-
good stuff.
My God, the humanity
I'm proud
is
of us, man.
gonna
Let's
make
go.
it to space at this rate. We have, but
No,
not
that's
all of us.
humanity.
Yeah.
It's something else.
Okay, so what if it's Star Trek: The Next Generation, but Jeffrey Bezos is Captain Picard, and everyone's just like, "Captain Picard, what do we do?" And he's just like, "I don't know. Why aren't you peeing out of a bottle, you dumb bitch?"
He like opens his wallet and throws like some money at.
Yeah.
It's not
Should
fixing
we set
anything.
phasers to stun? I don't know. Fucking buy out the Borg spaceship, you dipshit. I'm Jeff Bezos. I'm dumb as shit. I hope I die in space. I'm sorry. I can't stop.
I think it's
talking
okay if
about
he
how-
wishes for it, right? That makes it less offensive.
That makes it fine because I'm
It's like
not
then
saying.
it's just we're just.
I
sad.
hope Jeff Bezos dies in space.
No, we're not saying that.
Jeff. No, we're not saying. We hope that Jeff Bezos dies in space. We're saying he wishes he died in space because what of greater Viking funeral than, your spaceship catching fire and you getting blown into smithereens.
I feel like if Jeff Bezos gets blown up, the moment his heart like stops beating, like a case underground opens up somewhere, and a new like slimy version of him walks out, and it's like, oh,
Oh, this is my clone.
And it has
No, I
a
just
cowboy hat
imagine-
on. He's naked, but it has
Yeah.
a cowboy hat on.
It's grafted to his head, like a fucking idiot. I just imagine that if Jeff Bezos dies, his money goes to somebody who's somehow more terrible than he is. That just feels like the proper chain of events. God, I wish Jeff Bezos would die in space.
And it's amazing how he came from nothing and built everything by himself. With
Look,
only
he built
a
Amazon
simple
in a
loan from his
garage,
parents of
with a
$300,000.
$100,000 loan from his parents, like you just said.
And that is, that's starting from nothing, as far as I'm concerned.
Everybody, if you want to be a self-made billionaire, start a business in your garage with a $100,000 loan from your parents, and you can achieve billionaire status like Jeff Bezos, who should die in space.
Welcome to the last episode of DrawBomb.
Right, we're gonna get so fucking canceled from the internet because of this. Jeff Bezos has like a machine learning algorithm that's just like, are people saying dumb things about me?
You're not going to be
Sorry.
able to go to space with him once the Earth.
He's never gonna let me.
Z-Newt says, yo, fuck Jeff Bezos. Oh, well,
Jeff
that's
Bezos.
an interesting take. This guy doesn't like Jeff
Um,
Bezos. It's weird.
People who don't like Jeff Bezos. Unheard of. Let's talk about anything else that
Yeah.
will lead me down the path of me saying that I wish Jeff Bezos would die in space.
One thing we're definitely not saying is that I hope Jeff Bezos dies in space. We're not saying.
We're not saying I hope Jeff Bezos dies in space.
If they have an algorithm that can find any song on Twitch, I'm sure they have one specifically for dissing him. And boy, he's gonna
I
be so
imagine
mad at
so.
you. You're gonna hurt his
He's
feelings.
gonna be pissed at all 3 of our viewers. Have you been listening to any new music lately?
No, not really.
Oh, no,
anything-
you know what? No, sorry. Go ahead.
Not anything new, really. How about you?
Okay.
What have you listened to?
I was
The
listening to
usual
my
shit.
Discover Weekly on Spotify lately, and they put this one song by this band, Psychic Mirrors, and I liked it a lot.
Oh, that's
and
one
then
that
I
you played.
listened-
You played for us, right?
That is correct, and
Yeah, it's-
I'm a
it's
big
a good
fan.
one.
It's a good one, and I'm a big
Check
fan
that
of like,
out.
all
What's
their
the song called?
Yeah. The song was called Bells. Bells of. If you look up Psychic Mirror and you look up the word bells, you'll fucking find it.
There you have
Okay,
it, folks.
like
The song is called Bells Bells. Check it out.
the bells of
on
bells.
Spotify.
On
Zenith said,
Spotify.
or Crazy Kyle says, is there a reason his ship looks like a massive cock?
It's because
Bezos.
he has a small dick and he has to. I'm sorry. We should be more subtle about this.
I like to
I
think that
hope-
all the billionaires are going to shoot off their spaceships and they'll all connect like a Megazord, and he'll
Yeah.
be the penis piece.
And it'll just be like a dude kind of going like. And that's the Megazord is shaped like this, like,
And then
and
it
there's
just
just like a dick.
it squats and just teabags Earth and then flies off into space and we never see them again.
Yeah. Just crushes all the poor people in the world.
They've already done that.
Oh, that's true. That's so true.
Alright, let's
just
change
pisses
the
on all
subject.
of them. I'm sorry.
Well, no,
I
I'm
do-
having fun, but I don't know if all our
But we
viewers are
should
here
probably-
to shit on Jeff
We
Bezos.
probably shouldn't say anymore. I hope Jeff Bezos dies in space. But this is our band episode. Welcome. Going back to Fast and Furious, what did you think about the new Fast and Furious movie? Because I never
I-
actually finished this topic of conversation.
I loved it. I didn't want it to end. It was like about 3 hours, maybe 2.5 or something. But it could
I
have
think I
been.
looked it up. It was the longest Fast and Furious movie of the entire
Could have been
series.
twice as long, and I would have been there for it. It was a great time. I want
The
to.
whole entire time I was bouncing in my seat, going like, yes, yes, yes.
It was great. I recommend it.
Had a great time.
If you like movies that are good because they are not at all good.
Yeah. Like, do you like to watch shit happen for no clear logical reason, only for the fact that it's just fun as hell for the fact that it's happening and just goofy as shit? Watch Fast 9, because I turned my brain all the way off and I had a great time.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a good time. It was.
Do you know?
I don't really
you
want
wanna
to
know-
spoil too much of the story or any of the story really, because it's fairly new movie
Yeah.
still.
It came out like a month ago, I want to say.
Yeah, about.
Yeah, that sounds about right. No need to spoil it yet. Do you want to know where that article I was referring to earlier, where Austin got 5 of the top movies
You got it right.
in that list. Like, it was the top 3 that he couldn't quite agree with the guy on.
Okay. But he did really well.
And he did very well. It was actually very surprising. But the top 3 in the list were Fast 3, Tokyo Drift, Fast 5, and then Fast 7.
Those are in the top 3. Interesting. Okay.
Yes, actually, that I could be wrong on the person's listing, but for Austin, it was definitely Fast 7, Fast 3, Fast 5. The person who wrote the list, whose film reviews I trust a lot, whose podcast I've listened to, they were like, for Fast 7, my love for this movie can be contained entirely in GIFs, and then the top GIF of that section of the article was The Rock flexing out of his cast, which I remember Morgan saying was her favorite part
That
of the
was
whole
my.
series.
Me and her literally got up and started cheering at that moment.
It's so good.
He's for the viewers that might not be a fan. He's in a hospital bed because he broke his arm. he sees some commotion happening in the city streets from his hospital bed. He's way up like on a high floor, and he's there with his daughter. And all of a sudden, he sees there's some shit going down. So he jumps out of bed and he says, "Daddy's got to go to work." And then he flexes his arm so hard that the cast explodes and flies off. And then he just there's a crunch noise, like him fixing his arm by sheer will. And then he just takes off and saves the world. And it's fantastic.
It's so good.
It's a work of art.
It truly is.
It makes no sense. It's dumb as hell, but it's very entertaining.
So, do you want to guess where this person put Fast 9 on this list? This person whose list, again, Austin, who enjoyed Fast 9, I would say equally as much as we did.
Oh no.
Do you want to guess where this person put Fast 9? Last fucking place, okay?
Really?
I'm sorry, but
I'm personally insulted by such things.
I'm personally insulted because, first of all, clearly if the list agreed with Austin pretty much all the way through, sure, the top 3 were sort of shuffled around a little bit, but they were all pretty much still enjoyed for the same reasons. I'm sorry, are we watching the same series? Are we enjoying this dumb fucking series of movies for the same reason as each other? Because this person was just Fast 9 was too dumb. I didn't know where anybody was going at any time for any reason, and it's just yeah, neither did I. I didn't fucking care. It was stupid.
No one knows where they're going.
Funny.
All we know is that they're going fast.
They're going fast and they're very furious.
Yeah, that's all you need to know. It doesn't matter where they end up or how they get there or anything making sense. None of that
shit makes any fucking sense, and it doesn't have to. So this person listed the newest one last place. And to be fair, okay, look, their complaint was half the movie is characters going after MacGuffins that don't matter. Which, to be fair, on our way home, we said, wow, there was a lot of going after MacGuffins that we don't care about in this movie. And then we said, immediately afterwards, but I didn't fucking care because then somebody got punched in the face with a brick of concrete by Vin Diesel. It didn't matter. It doesn't matter if we know where they're going. They're going somewhere very fast, and they're stealing a thing, and they're punching with cars. It doesn't matter.
There was a scene in where John Cena, who's in the new one, is fighting Vin Diesel. This isn't really spoilers, it's just something funny. They're fighting each other, and they keep putting each other through parts of the wall as they're fighting.
Yes.
And it happens a ridiculous amount of times, like
5
or 6 times. And they're going through a door frame, and then Vin Diesel is punching John Cena through the side of the door frame and leaving a John Cena shape in the wall as he goes through.
Yes.
And it happens so over and over, and it's really funny.
They managed to avoid all the studs in the wall somehow each time.
There are
never
no
hit a stud.
studs, though. It's just all drywall in this place. Or there might be studs. There's probably extra studs, and they just break right through it because they're.
That's true.
They are unbreakable.
They're unbreakable like Bruce Willis.
In that movie.
Yeah. Shit, I couldn't think of a shitty. I couldn't think of a shitty Bruce Willis movie to throw people off the scent. But yeah, Unbreakable.
I think but I think we covered that pretty well. I think you should see it, judge for yourself, or if you've seen it, tell us your opinions. But I think it was good. I saw a lot of people that were saying it was the worst one, but I think most of the people that were saying that were people that have taken them seriously and are these are good movies about cool cars. And this new one was ridiculous, and it's yes it was. And that's why I love it.
They said they were going to space in the commercials. What do you expect? This to be high art? This isn't Schindler's List. This is Fast and the Furious 9. It's the person who wrote the article is my favorite moment from Fast 7 was The Rock flexing out of his cast, and then he complains about 9 being too ridiculous. I am sorry? Are we watching the same movie? It doesn't fucking matter. Stupid. The article is I never thought. Okay, Vince Mancini, I'm calling you out. didn't think you would ever stoop as low as writing shitty clickbait about the Fast and Furious series, but that was pure clickbait that you would rank. First of all, that you would list Fast 9 at the bottom of your article because it's the newest one, and then that you would rank it last place behind Fast and Furious 2, Too Fast, Too Furious. I'm sorry? Bullshit.
So what we're trying to say is, we liked it.
We liked it a lot. We had a great time. We were all just talking on the way home about how good of a time we had.
My first time back to the movies in a year and a half, and it was a great return.
100% worth it. 100% worth it, in my opinion. So,
yeah.
Look, don't take our opinion as fact, but if you disagree with us and you've enjoyed the other Fast and the Furious movies for the same reason we enjoy them, where is the disconnect? Where is the miscommunication here? I don't get it. I just don't understand.
Maybe we've changed
also,
a
Jeff
lot.
Bezos, I hope you die in space. Anyways. Gosh, what else is there to talk about?
I don't know. How's your return back home then?
A little scary. There's a lot of turbulence on the plane, which
Oh boy.
I saw a comic on Instagram today, which I was just like, wow, that's so true. Was somebody? It was like before the pandemic, and it was like a person, and they're on a plane with her husband, and they're like, oh, turbulence, are you okay? And the person's like, oh yeah, it's like riding a roller coaster, ha ha ha. And then it's after the pandemic, and they're like wearing a mask, and they're on the plane, and like they hit some turbulence, and they're just like, oh god, this is it, this is the end, goodbye mom, goodbye dad. I felt the same way. Like I was okay with turbulence before because I was just like, ah, fuck it, whatever. But now it scared the poo poo out of me when I was on the way down back to Philly from Chi-Town.
You're back on the ground now, correct?
I am. I kissed the ground as soon as I reached it.
Oh, that's gross. In the airport?
I got COVID from the ground. It's not funny to make those jokes.
You gotta kiss the people mover because new ground comes out and that's fresh ground.
I am on the website Newgrounds once every year at least.
I think that's what it's about.
When I was on new ground, I was like, thank the Lord. No, it was fine. Like there was turbulence, and I kind of like gripped the armrest extra hard, but you know, I live.
That's what you should do. Well, I'm happy to hear it. Happy you made it.
Flying experience. I'm happy I made it too. I'm happy that you guys financed my trip out there. That was super cool.
Glad you had a good time, even though we sprung that on you without even asking.
It was literally not without me asking, against my will, some would say.
You what? You're gonna say no and then be like refuse our generous offer? That would just.
The email said how much money you guys spent, like. First thing, I couldn't say no to that.
We made sure to include that to help guilt you, and it worked. Great.
It worked like a charm. It was the first time I'd been out of the house in a year. So
I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah,
I had a good time.
Had a great time. What were some fun things we did out in Chi-Town or in? Well, we didn't do anything super fun in Grand Rapids, aside from see Fast 9. But what have we done in Chi-Town that was so good that you remember?
We ate a lot of good food. We waited 2 hours for a pizza.
We did do that. That was frustrating. Can I talk about that? Can I talk about the pizza experience? Okay.
Please do.
I'm an easy person to ignore, apparently. Not during the stream, because I insist on talking over Brandon at every possible moment. But in life, I've worked in the food service industry. I don't want to bother you. I understand. You're just working another day. Like, me eating a delicious pizza is like, if that happens for me, that's great, but you just want to get home with a job still and like with money in your pocket, and like I get that. I understand. I'm not mad. But if I order a pizza and it's 45 minutes late, I get that even. I showed up at the restaurant and I was like, hey, is order number is order number 485 ready? I remember because I said that like 5 times. Like, hey, is order 485 ready? And they're like, oh, I'm sorry, we'll be ready in like 10 minutes. And I was like, okay, cool, that's fine. I get it. Food is not the easiest thing to do. You guys are packed right now. I get it.
And, you know,
I
it's 10
left.
more minutes. That's fine.
That's 10 more minutes. We're in Chicago for another 5 days. It's okay. I show up 10 minutes later. I'm like, is 485 ready? And they're like, no, I'm sorry. And they didn't give me a time. And again, that's fine. Sometimes shit is just a cluster fuck. And you are doing the best you can. And I get that.
You're so understanding. That's something I've been saying that about you for years.
I try to be. I try to be an understanding individual. And
That's
then,
what's gonna say on your gravestone.
Understanding individual.
Yep.
1991 to 2023 probably. Anyways, and so then, because they didn't give me an estimated time of arrival, an ETA, I was like, okay, I will wait next to the entrance of the front door in front of this host stand from which you are stationed.
Were you in their field of view?
I was 5 feet from them in front of where they look at all times for their job.
Okay.
And so I stood there.
So they
Again,
could not look at you if they tried.
the entire time I was trying hard not to look them in the eyes. I was so close that I made it like a conscious effort to not stare them in the face because that would have been awkward because again, very understanding individual. It's a busy day, you work in a restaurant, you're a lowly host. You get paid less than everybody else unless it's a bad day, the waiters. I'm here, I understand. You're just trying to make it through a day. I get it. I don't want to look you in the face for the next 10 minutes because that's awkward as fuck for both of us, but especially you who has nothing to do with when my food actually arrives. And so I'm sitting there waiting, and then 5 minutes later, I just check in. I'm like, hey, I saw those last people get food. Is 485 ready? No, I'm sorry, we're still working on it. Okay, that's cool. I wait a little bit longer, and then eventually, I see a number of people get their food, and I ask again, and still we're not ready. And then like 5 minutes after that, I see one of the hostesses start counting off people who are in the archway standing right next to me. And I'm like, and she says, take out, table, and then she just skips right past me and doesn't point at me, doesn't say a word about me. And I'm standing right there. I haven't left your field of view for the last 20 minutes.
Ian, are you sure you're not dead and also a ghost?
Am I corpse bride right now? Am I just like people can't see me, but like
this is
some
like
weird...
Sixth Sense. I have the ability to see the undead, so we have a great friendship. But everybody thinks I am batshit. I'm doing the stream right now. There's an empty square above me that just has a frame with like a chair in it. Half this drawing is missing right now.
Yeah, I'm invisible. They can't see me. So then when she does that, I walk up and I'm just like, hey, I just saw you point at everybody but me. Is 485 ready yet? And then she goes, oh yeah. And then she goes to like the walk-in fucking heater, like homeostasis fridge that just keeps shit the same temperature it was when you put it in there. And she pulls out all the fucking food that's been in there, I guess, for like 5 or 10 minutes or something like that, and then gives it to me. And I'm like, I never left your field of vision. You skipped me. You looked right past me like I was invisible. What am I doing? Why do I have to... I was here. I asked 3 times for my food, and you guys forgot I am here. I don't get what I'm doing. Am I actually Bruce Willis from Sixth Sense? I don't get it. Why was I invisible? And
Crazy Kyle says, fuck that, that's when you yell, yo, can I jump back there and make my fucking pizza myself? Crazy Kyle also says, no, Brandon, you're just schizophrenic. I knew it. There's nobody in the chat either, and this computer's not plugged in. Z-Newt says, don't worry, Brandon, at least I see a pair of floating headphones. Alright, well that's something.
Oh, the headphones help. At least the headphones are being controlled by some sort of non-corporeal form, I guess. Fucking bullshit is all I have to say. And also, like, not to call out Kados from Chicago for being
named them too.
I'm naming everybody. I'm naming that article writer. I'm naming Jeff Bezos, who I wish would die in space. And I'm naming everybody, but Picads also, their sides suck. I'm just gonna say that right now. We ordered sides from them twice in a row, and both times they just didn't give a shit.
The pizza's great,
clearly.
but the sides are not what you come for, clearly.
Just get the pizza.
Just have half a day to order it. And be memorable, more than Ian.
Please. More than me, yes. If I'm standing 5 feet from you for a period of 25 minutes, just be more present, I guess, is all I can say. In the moment.
Let's see what else. Z-Newt says, Ian, to be fair, can you please repeat your entire story because I wasn't paying attention? Good. I was hoping somebody would take the low-hanging fruit that was ripe and ready to be plucked. And Zach, thank you for doing that. I appreciate it.
Well, so I was in this pizza place.
No.
What? Yeah, fuck.
Watch the VOD to hear it again.
Watch the VOD.
That will be deleted for all the death threats.
Yeah, we will. We probably can't put this episode on YouTube. I guess I should probably state for legal reasons. I have no intentions on harming Jeff Bezos.
We just hope space harms him.
We just hope the world or space harms him, but most importantly, space.
I mean, he's the one who wanted to go to space. He knew the risks. Well, I mean,
he knew the risks. He knows what he's. Yeah, rocket. That's been clear for some time. Fuck Jeff Bezos. Anyways, gosh.
What else?
Have we been playing anything? What else?
We've been playing some Conan. I haven't been on it in a minute, but we've been running around with our naked bodies swinging in the breeze, and we've been fighting alligators and shit. It's pretty fun. I haven't really dug in that much yet, but I've been enjoying it quite a bit.
I haven't been on Conan for a while myself, but we've been playing it pretty much together. Z-Newts and Crazy Kyle, both in the chat, are part of our server, and everyone else in the chat is welcome to join if you have access to it, which if you have Game Pass, you have access to it. Although, the thing that bothers me is that you and I, and Crazy Kyle, and some of our other friends, we have it through Steam, where you can see our dicks and Kyle's boobs.
Yeah.
And on Game Pass, it's not allowed.
Are you sure? Because you can go in the settings and adjust that so it disappears.
I have checked. Unless unless Z-Newts, who is playing the game on Game Pass, has not allowed.
Might have that off because I know Z-Newts is scared of the human form.
So scary.
Pee-pees and boobies. Yucky.
Pee-pees and boobies. But yeah, I did some Googling because we were trying to figure this out while he was making his character. He was sharing his screen, and I was trying to be like, how can you change your dick size? Why is this not letting it happen? I was very concerned about the dick size.
You're missing out on the most fun part of the game, the dick slider.
My favorite part, the dick slider. But yeah, I Googled it, and apparently Game Pass, so like on Game Pass, it's fine that you can dismember somebody and then beat them to death with their own leg, and then also literally enslave people and like force them to do labor for your camp. That's all fine and dandy, but God forbid you see a pair of breastises or a pee-pee hanging out. That will not fly. You, sir, are a pervert and are not allowed to play.
Violence is okay, but the human body, yucky.
Yuck. Which, something so fucked up. Like, I remember, I've said this story a lot. I've probably said it on DrawBomb, but it just is such a stark example.
Are you good with this drawing? Can we save it?
Oh my god, yeah, I've been emotionally done with this drawing for some time.
Oh, that's all good.
If anybody wants to recommend a drawing request, or we can start Googling, like,
Yeah, I can.
randomized
We can do some prompts, or we can draw about whatever we're talking about. But let me save this one.
whatever.
Anyways, continue.
And if anyone wants to draw along, please do.
Yeah.
But anyways, one time my buddies and I were watching Four Brothers on TV because we were drunk and we had nothing else going on, so we were watching TV movies. And so, Four Brothers is Marky Wahlberg, who blinded someone in a hate crime, and Andre 3000, who, as far as we know, has not blinded anybody in a hate crime. And then two other people they play like orphaned brothers who were adopted by the same woman who dies in a robbery gone wrong. And then it's like the whole movie is about their quest for vengeance against the people who killed their adoptive mother. They find somebody who might have a lead on who killed their mama. And so they go to interrogate that guy, and they do that by dropping him out of a window. And again, this is on TV. And so he drops out of a window, and then after he drops out of the window, the camera immediately cuts to like his bone sticking out of his leg, and then it zooms out to like him holding his leg where the bone is still sticking out of. And he's going, "Oh shoot, oh shoot," because they can show the leg sticking out of the bone. That's fine and dandy, but God forbid he say the word shit on camera, on television.
And
Like,
America's youth has been saved.
Yeah, from this horrible transgression of swearing. And then, like, we watched that movie, and then, like, we were looking for something else to watch, and we switched to, like, the side. This is, like, an hour later. Like, we watched the rest of the movie. It's not a good movie. We watched the rest of the movie, and then... What was that?
We just got a boo you stink from Maddie F.
Oh. I missed it. Did I talk over it? I don't want to talk over our audio cues.
I mean, I think everybody could hear it. Maybe just not you, on account of the fact that you stink.
Oh, I stink. I'm a stinky boy. But yeah, we switched over to other movies, and like the next thing we turned to was like the Sci-Fi Channel, of like somebody getting a nail gun shot through their throat, and it's just like, okay, like why is this all fine and dandy, but God forbid somebody says like the word shit on television. I would rather my kid hear the word shit than watch somebody get
nail gun.
murdered.
Yeah,
like,
that makes sense.
all fucked up.
All right.
That's all. I don't have anything to say about that.
No,
sociologically, this is not good, and we need to reprioritize. But it's fucked. Anyways,
Kyle says, okay, to add context, Ian, that guy he blinded apparently agreed to pardon his crime in 2014 because he lied previously and he went blind in that one eye in Vietnam. Also, Wahlberg was 16 at the time anyways, so not exactly in his full adult mind. Not an excuse, but contents. We got we got a Marky Mark and the apologists.
Marky Mark apologists. No, I will say, okay, so
That first part
if the
is
guy
interesting.
lied. No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, I'm agreeing. I'm just saying, yeah, if he's lying, that's not cool. But
if he's lying about being blinded in his eye, that's fucked up. He shouldn't do that. That's not cool. I'm glad to hear, not that he's blind in one eye because of Vietnam, but that it wasn't the result of a hate
the
crime.
founders of Wahlburgers.
Yeah,
and the
but I
thing
will
of Feel the
say,
Vibration.
as a 16-year-old, as far as I can remember, I never committed a hate crime
That's a good
against
point.
somebody. So no matter what, it's still kind of fucked up. But I'm glad the guy didn't go blind.
Yeah.
Makes the hate crime seem like, I've probably done some shit that's fucked up as a kid. you know, child to whatever age, I've probably done some bad things. I hope I've never blinded anybody intentionally or otherwise. I don't think I have. I don't remember setting out to blind anybody or to beat somebody with violence. It just, I don't, you know, being of an adult and not your full mind is one thing, but then like going out and trying to enact violence on somebody
16
is
is not that like much of an age that yes, you're still a kid, but you're not like. I mean,
as a kid, I knew that like attacking somebody with like a stick of wood was still like gonna hurt them severely, possibly permanently. But yeah, that's a thing that happened. Sorry, you didn't have to read the whole thing, but haha. But it's important. No, I agree. It's important. I think we should be fact checked whenever we talk about this stuff,
Yeah,
because
100%.
so many things go out into the world, and so many things are things that we read, like that we then say on this show that are probably not all the time true. And like I understand that, and I'd like to be correct
we say
as
a
much
lot of
as humanly
things
possible. I
like
don't
they're
like to talk
fact without research, so it's good. It's good when we get called out.
Yeah.
If we're
No,
wrong.
please call us out. Everybody, call us the fuck out every time you get a chance. Please do, because I would rather be called out and proven to be an idiot on my own show than be like saying false stuff about somebody and like possibly like ruining somebody's life or reputation. Like I would rather be called out and be told I'm a fucking idiot than be spreading misinformation. You know, I would of the two options.
You just got punched in the face. Wow, you were in such shock that you didn't even know you were being punched until after.
I didn't hear the ding 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 until it was too late. But yeah, no, wow, hold on, I gotta take my shirt off. That hurts so much. No, but I would rather be fucking called out than be saying some bad shit about somebody that's just not at all true. Like I would rather
agreed.
get punched in the face by a fucking floating bomb with boxing gloves than spread misinformation. So.
And then you were.
And then I was. So I appreciate you calling us out on that, Kyle. And thank you, anyone who's in the chat. Never feel bad about correcting us because, well, I feel like I'm more prone to it, saying some stupid shit on this show, like that. I wish that I feel like I am more prone to that because I say a lot more
If we're gonna say a bunch of shit, we have to be accountable for what we say.
Exactly.
So,
I would like to be
feel
accountable.
free to call us out. I'm not embarrassed. I mean, maybe I'll be embarrassed if I'm wrong, but I should know instead of just continuing to spout shit that's not true.
Yeah, 100%. I would rather be embarrassed on the spot than like have a moment of like somebody possibly believing me saying something incorrect and you know, believing it. Like I would rather be called out. So thank you. Damn it. How can we fix that? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what you're experiencing on your end. I always hear it in time. Did you not hear it till after it was over?
I think
for a
I'm
while
hearing
the
it
delay
through...
was work. You were getting the delay. You had it timed out right at one point.
So like when I hear the theme song through and stuff, it's like very like it's in and out. It doesn't transmit all the time. We'll have to take a look at the Discord sound transmission settings because there's some things where I think it could be. I don't know, because Discord used to be like Austin's actually complained about this too. Austin, frequent friend of the show, person who brought me out to Chicago along with you, person whose place we stayed at. He has
say more
mentioned
things to describe him.
serial masturbator, dog fucker. No.
Oh my god!
But, I know he's terrible.
Someone
He's the
call him
worst.
out for this thing you just said.
Yeah, let me know if Austin is not a dog fucker. If anyone has found any information on Google that Austin is not a dog fucker, let me know. That we can be better about that.
Boy, we were just slandering left and right.
We sure are. This is for sure a banned episode. I don't know I don't see any way this could not be a bad episode. But Austin has complained in the past, very recently actually, like a little bit before I went to Chicago, but definitely within the June-July period of time, about Discord sort of not transmitting sound through the speakers as well as it used to, and I don't know how accurate that is. Maybe there were some settings that were changed or turned on. I don't know. Help me out if it's call outable, but yeah, I don't know. We gotta check out the settings, see what's going on.
Sure, we'll do that. We'll try to make it so you can be properly punched in the face. Like
I would like to get punched in the face for realsies, if at all possible.
Oh, you should have told me that when I was hanging out with you in person. Damn it.
Aww.
Next time, I guess.
By the way, speaking of hanging out in person, I have a question to ask you, and this is not particularly show interesting, but I remember you saying about how mixing different kinds of alcohol is dangerous, not so much like health-wise, probably definitely health-wise, but like
I think mainly like gives you'll get hangover worse.
Right, and you had a very good reason for why the hangover would be worse. That made a lot of sense to me. I was thinking about that earlier today. I don't remember.
I think it's like just a lot of different like sugars. And I don't know the actual answer, but I forget what I said. It probably sounded smarter at the time. I'm trying to remember.
You
but
said
like,
something, and it wasn't some Mark Wahlberg blinded the guy shit.
Let me look up the official answer.
Okay.
Okay. This is what I said because I'm reading now. It basically depending on the stuff you drink in which order, it messes up like how able you are to keep track of how much you've had. So like, if you drink like something that tastes good in the beginning and then you move to your like cheap shit afterwards, if you're already drunk and then you start drinking like something that's higher alcohol, you might not be like, whoa, this is higher alcohol, I shouldn't drink that much of it. Instead, you might be like, good.
Right. I've fallen victim to that many times.
Yeah, that is what I said at the time, but I kind of forgot.
That's the thing you said, and I remembered remembering that today, but I couldn't remember exactly what it was that was the thing that you'd said. So I thought I would ask you on the air, just, make you prone to call-outs, because I just got called out already, like fucking shot a bird, get called out, dude, say something ridiculous and untrue, right now, go.
Jeff Bezos is a good man.
Oh. Does anybody have Google searches that can counteract that? Aside from the people having to piss in the bottles instead of going on bathroom breaks.
They always in the commercials say that they love their job so much.
That's true.
And the commercials sponsored by Amazon.
Yeah, the Amazon sponsored commercials. There's like so many commercials that were happening last month where like they were just like, you can go out into the world again. It's safe. You're good. And I've seen a lot less of those all of a sudden. There's like one for a kayak, I think, that still goes around, where it's just like a person's like, we have a trip planned, but if you want to cancel, and then she like beats the iPad with the meat like tenderizer, and she's like, don't cancel the trip. I've not left the house in a year, which is funny, except for the fact that still a fucking pandemic happening.
Right.
But like I remember as late as like the first drop in like cases, like June of last year, like there was like a point in June of last year where the cases went down from 1,000 to like 300 in my state. Like not necessarily the entire United States or the world, but in Pennsylvania, the cases had dropped significantly, and it looked like maybe we were, about to beat this thing. And so I started to see like commercials being like, now that it's all over, now that this like uncertain time is
they had those
okay.
commercials made and ready to go, and they were just waiting.
They were just waiting, and they're just like, come please spend money in our store.
Come
Like,
back to Applebee's.
Yeah, and like those stopped real quick during the second or third spike, which there's like so many goddamn spikes. So I was seeing a lot of those again last month, and again I was just like, God, this is so fucking dystopian. Like commercials being like, now that we're all done dying, like please come to our store. And now they're disappearing slowly but surely all over again because there's a whole new fucking variant out that like people who couldn't bother wearing masks or getting vaccinated like caused essentially.
Well, here's a piece of news that makes me feel good.
Oh, please do, because this has been a depressing episode.
Oh, this is actually depressing news.
Oh God.
Sarcastic. Michigan just passed laws so that they can't be closed again under the same circumstances if anything like that happens again.
I did see that. Yeah, Fark had an article about that.
So good. Fuck us, right?
You know,
it would be tragic for business owners if all of us gears in the machine had to stay home another time for our own safety.
God forbid people be healthy and alive. Like, the business must boom.
People just don't want to work anymore,
Yeah. People are just lazy. That's why, like, we're gonna pay them $8 a day to work in our shitty business so that they can go to their second job and also earn no money.
And they're giving you a signing bonus of like $80 to start working at their place where they can then treat you like shit. Why would you say no to that?
Right? So many places are just like, help, please, we don't have workers. I've seen a lot of places be like, we don't have workers. Please come work with us. We have acceptable wages. And it's just like, okay, well, if they're acceptable, say what your fucking wages are. And the reason they won't is because they're paying just like shit.
Yeah.
Or
I often
like
hear the comment about like, well, it's not meant to be a career, it's for kids. And it's like, okay, so I'm willing to accept that theory as long as you're willing to not be able to buy Big Macs from 8 p.m. to 3 p.m. because all the kids are in school. If you're willing to agree to these terms, then we can say this is a job for just children.
If this is a job for just children, I want my fucking manager to be nothing older than 21 years old, because apparently that's the demographic that this job was designed for.
And you only get to be as mad when your order gets screwed up as you would be at a kid for screwing up, for giving you like shitty lemonade at a lemonade stand. Like,
yeah,
this is a job for children, so it's just kids.
I better see my manager better be making shit wages like I am, otherwise, all of a sudden it's starting to sound like maybe this job isn't just for kids, and you're actually just using that as an excuse to.
Oh, hi, Wamelon. Welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, sorry you're on this. Wait, oh, hold on. We've had a channel redemption point. Kyle redeemed points about 9 minutes ago, saying, "Please discuss Austin more." So,
that was
Kyle,
back when you were dragging him through the mud.
Dragging him through the mud. Oh, I guess we gotta discuss Austin. That motherfucker likes to play racing games so much.
What an idiot!
What a dumbass. Like, if I want to race my car in like a road, I would.
Wamelon says, "This is looking great. Thanks, Wamelon."
How much we appreciate that.
That's very
This
kind.
was a while ago about Austin's dog. Fucking sorry. I don't see anything about Austin's dog. I just see about.
You were saying
Austin's.
some horrible things about Austin and dogs. We don't need to
Oh,
dig
Austin.
back into that because I did
dogs.
receive a text that lawyers have been scrambled to, take us down for the horrible things we said about Austin.
Oh gosh. when I was like after you'd gone back to Grand Rapids, I was like in Chicago with Austin.
Yes.
And we were watching F1 because F1 season, you call them seasons? I don't know. Had just started. And so we were watching F1, and so this is actually a controversy in F1. Anyone who keeps up with this, feel free to sound off. I like that was my first time ever being in the loop, I guess. So there's a racer. His last name is Hamilton. I don't know his first name.
In a racer?
He is. I feel like this is worth bringing up because of reasons that will become clear later on. But he is black, and he is an incredible fucking racer. Okay, so in one of the latest F1 races, like the start of this season, he was like there was a turn. And the guy he was in second place, Hamilton was in second place, and the guy who was in first place, his name is Verstappen, and he's in the front, and Hamilton is taking the turn way sharper than Verstappen is, and Verstappen's taking the turn very wide, and so Hamilton's trying to cut in front of Verstappen in the middle of this curve, and then I think what happens is, from what I've seen, Verstappen sees that Hamilton is trying to overtake him and thus getting the lead, so he tries to cut in to stop this, and then this results in Hamilton's wheel, his back wheel, getting hit by Verstappen's back wheel getting hit by Hamilton's front wheel, and then Verstappen spins the fuck out. His car crashes. It's a miracle he's alive, and he can't race in the race anymore. And so Hamilton, who again was just trying to get in front. As far as I can tell, I don't know the ins and outs of F1. It's a legal move, as far as I can tell, because in racing, you generally want to try and get in front of people.
Yes,
right?
that is the
Am I correct?
concept.
Yeah.
Front is the place
maybe,
you want to be.
Yeah, you want to be in front of somebody else, and you have to do that at some point, right? Like, you have to eventually end up in front of somebody.
Ultimately, yes. That is the goal.
Yeah, so Hamilton, there's this turn. Verstappen's taking it very wide. He might as well be like a foot from the outside edge. Hamilton is trying to cut in very sharp. He's very close to the inside edge. Verstappen tries to cut in. He gets spun out, crashes his car. He's out of the race. So then Hamilton, because he was making his maneuver, he is blamed for the crash, and thus he gets a penalty of 10 whole seconds, which in a race, like 1 second is hard to overcome if it's like the tippy top of the top, you know, like a second is a world of difference in racing, especially for people who are like taking as tight of laps as like F1 of anything. So he gets penaltied 10 whole seconds, and then over the course of like the next 20 laps or so, he does so goddamn well that he takes that like gap of 10 seconds that he just lost and turns it into a 5-second lead, so that by the end of the race he wins all like still, which is insane.
This is a TV show, or is this real?
This is real life.
Oh shit, that's even cooler.
Yeah, it's so fucking cool. I don't give a shit about F1, but I watched this race happen with Austin because Austin loves car racing and cars and things. I don't give a fuck about cars. Austin loves cars. That's your channel points redeemed, Kyle. So this happens. This was like a couple days. This was like while I was in Chicago. Like it happened like the day before. So we were watching this. This happened like we were talking about this with Austin's girlfriend as we were driving out to Grand Rapids to watch the Fast and the Furious movie. Anyways, so this happens. Insane penalty, in my opinion, for just trying to get ahead in a race in a way that seems safe until the dude tries to cut you off and then spins out on your own wheel.
Right.
And then the dude comes back from a 10-second deficit and just like ends up like 5 seconds in the lead. This dude is a crazy good racer.
Whoa.
But people are saying that one, this dude who got the penalty should be either expelled from the race. His penalty should be higher. It's a divisive controversy that this dude didn't get basically kicked out of F1 for this like crash. Because again, and this is the part I don't know the ins and outs of F1, like he was just trying to like he took a turn better than somebody else, and then the person spun out, and then this dude just came like back from this like penalty and like
if everybody was okay with the penalty before when they thought he wouldn't be able to overcome it, and then changed their answer when he pulled it off, then sorry, should have. But maybe he should have been penalized worse. I don't know. I didn't see it, nor do I know the rules or how much he was responsible.
I don't personally know. From what I understand, Verstappen's not. So like, here's the context I know. Number one, Austin thought that Hamilton shouldn't have been penalized at all. Somebody who has been watching F1 for, as far as I know, high school, and it's been a while since high school. So he, I feel like, would know better than me, for sure. Number two, Verstappen, when all the Black Lives Matters protests were happening, Verstappen did not, like, everyone protested and, like, kneeled and things like that, and Verstappen didn't. Kind of makes you a little sus in my eyes. I don't know if, like, that's, uncalled for, but for me, I feel like if everyone's kneeling but you,
you're making more of a statement than they are at that point.
Yeah, it says something about you, my dude. Like, I can't speak as to whether or not why you did or did not kneel, but if everyone's kneeling and also there's this clear movement happening across the world, I would argue, against police brutality, especially police brutality that has a clear racist origin that is systemic and has a lot of evidence behind it, and also there's been a very large and prolific case about it. I feel like that's something.
That was you
God
getting
damn
punched in the face.
I hear the me being punched sounds, and then I don't. I hear the me being punched sounds like way after.
We'll get that sorted out so that you can all enjoy punching Ian in the face even more.
I would love to be punched in the face by you.
Dr. Soundcheck did that. Dr. Soundcheck says, "Hey boss," or "Hey booze,"
Hey,
take it how you
booze.
want. Or maybe he said "Hey boos," which is,
Hey, Boos.
"Hey boos." Posture check. Wow, you're just.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of people spending those points and hydrate.
Oh my God,
All right.
isn't
Cheers.
Oh. Cheers.
Dr. Soundcheck says, "How you been, Brandon?" I've been great. I've been doing real good. A lot been going on over here. Been busy, but good busy. So that's good. How you been, Dr. Soundcheck? Should be on the show again soon.
Yes. But while we wait for a response from Doug, just to like finish my F1 story, which has been going on for entirely too long.
Oh no, it's okay. It's pretty interesting. Kind
So-
of interesting, I guess.
It's as interesting as it can be. I guess it's interesting to me. Someone
No,
who
I'm
has
interested. I'm just
paid-
picking on you.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. So here's where it comes to a head is that so we watched all that happen in Chicago. People were like the announcers during the race where Hamilton was actively making his comeback to close the gap of that 10-second penalty, which again he fucking obliterated and ended up 5 seconds ahead of like the top score, which is insane. This dude is a crazy good driver. Anyways. The announcers were like, okay, people are saying that Hamilton should be ejected from the race for that penalty, but they have just decided on a 10-second penalty instead. All that sort of stuff was happening while the race was still going on. But I came back home thinking I was done with my F1 days. Like, I had lived a wonderful moment and I was moving on. And then I see that the new F1 game, F1 2021 or whatever it's called, has come out. And like the top Steam reviews are all, this game is so realistic. Hamilton arrived behind me and spun me out and I crashed. 10 out of 10 realistic game. So like people who like buy these games are like shitting on Hamilton, and like in my opinion, like dude did nothing wrong. I watched it happen. Like he took that turn way better than
after this. 'Cause I'm
you
curious.
should.
I don't know a lot, but
recommend.
I'll try to judge based on my lack of any knowledge whatsoever. So I think my opinion will be worthwhile in the end.
I think so. I mean, like, the thing is, like, no matter what, it's clear what happened. Like, I'm sure if you Google that specific incident, you will find it, no problem.
Yeah.
The rest of the race, you can decide to watch or not. It's kind of insane to watch this dude just climb from a 10-second deficit to, like, being in first place over the course of the next 20 laps or something like that. It's insane. He's so good at racing. But whether or not he's at fault for the crash is certainly a matter of, you know, it's controversial. But all of like the Steam reviews that I saw were people shitting on Hamilton, saying like it's crazy, he came up behind
People
me,
like
spun me
to
out. And it's like no,
kind of like jump on the bandwagon when it comes to like memes
Yeah.
and jokes and stuff.
but it's like, and like I talked to Austin about this. I was like, Austin, is this like I don't know shit about F1. Oh wait, oh by the way, Wamelon says, found y'all on Insta. You guys have some sick pieces. So that means you have some sick pieces on Insta. Were you aware of that, Brandon? Were you aware
I
of
don't know.
your sick
You
pieces?
have some good animations on Instagram.
I've been posting them. I actually have
I
a
said,
couple
love
more,
your cats, by the way, Ian. You had
Oh,
some
they're
great
not my
cat
cats.
pictures lately. Some of those cats are my cats.
Some of those cats are your cats. Some of those cats are Wesley's
What
cats.
was, what was that screaming
while
cat
we're-
at the end? Because that picture was hilarious.
That's Bubbles,
Oh,
Wesley's cat.
Bubble.
Yeah, 3-month-old kitten, super friendly. I actually hadn't realized I took a cursed picture of a cat like screaming because
It's a fantastic
Bubbles
picture.
was just like, oh, I laughed the whole time. It was adorable, little cute little 3-month-old kitten.
Aw.
I'm glad you like the kittens though. Though they were my favorite part of Chicago, better than seeing my friends or like being out of the house for the first time in over a year.
Wamelon says, damn, y'all share cats? No one can really own a cat, you know? They're very independent beasts. No, Ian was out visiting and took pictures of all the various people's cats that he came into contact with. Two
We're
of them
cat
were mine.
swingers.
Yeah.
I
I mail my cats to Ian. I put it in a box with enough food. I'm not being bad. You know, they're treated well. I put enough food in the box. I put like the first class postage, so you know they're being handled. And then
We have
you
key
know,
parties. If you get somebody else's cat, like keys, you get to pet their cats for about 30 minutes, which has led to us petting each other's kittens. Except you guys haven't pet my cats yet.
one
but,
day,
Then you'll get my keys. But you know, the kitties. Anyways, all I'm that I've said my piece on the F1. Watch the race.
check it out. Tell us your own opinions. And you know, a good place you could do that would be in our Discord.
Whoa, let us know what you think of the F1 crash on our Discord. Crazy. Good plug. Good one. Nice.
Yeah, thanks. I've been practicing.
But yeah, like I asked Austin about it. I was like, "You've watched F1 for years. What are your thoughts on this?" And Austin was just like, "Well, I mean, like, sure, it was kind of a risky move, but you do have to eventually try and get in front of somebody at some point. It's what they call racing." And so I thought that was a funny. Wrong.
Dr. Soundtrack says, unbiased opinion, Hamilton didn't do it on purpose.
Of course he
There
did.
you go.
Yeah.
There you
of
go. We
course
got
he did.
another people on your side there.
Thank you.
And
Dr.
Wamelon
Soundtrack.
says,
You
I
watch-
need to get in on this. Yes, you can be a cat pen pal. We can add you to the mailing list, and you can receive the cat. Treat them well.
You gotta become part of our key part 8. Z Newt says, in my opinion, F1 cars go fast. Gosh.
I've heard they go vroom vroom. Is this true? Can anyone
I
confirm?
think I mean, I'm not gonna disagree with that. You're not wrong. I think they go. Everyone in the chat right now, just we can't hear it at home. Do your best F1 car impersonation right now. Give us your best shot.
I'm sure.
Vroom,
vroom,
vroom, says Dr. Soundcheck.
Okay,
Is
correct.
the correct term.
Yep, that is correct.
Yeah. Can't argue with that one right there. That's accurate. That's accurate. I'll probably post the clip if I find it. I'll like look for it after this episode ends, and I'll look for the.
If it's such a
I'll
thing
look
that like popular thing that people are commenting on like stuff online, I'm sure it's probably easy to find if you look for it. But you can definitely post
Very
it up.
easy to find.
Make it easy.
Yeah, I'll post it up. Just save people some time. It'll give more of a reason to go to our Discord, so you don't have to do the work yourself. Wait. Also, we have Wamelon goes.
Oh my gosh, that car needs to get its transmission checked. There needs a tune-up.
That car needs a pit stop. It sounds like the wheels have started to blister, and they need to go back to a pit stop to get some fresh wheels on them. Would you like to read what
Dr. Soundcheck
says?
Which is, I think, that car's spinning out, and now we're in trouble.
That's for stopping right there.
Followed by a boom, which is, believe me, you don't want that noise when you're driving a car. Am I right?
That's for stopping right there, if you ask me. That sounds like...
Shoot. And then Dr. Soundcheck says, join the Discord. I've never heard a car make that noise, but I agree. You should join the Discord. Let me post that link.
What does that sound like?
In 5 minutes.
What does a car joining the Discord sound like?
Vroom vroom?
I'm gonna say it's a join the Discord.
Boy, what? I mean, if you haven't joined by now, I don't understand. I don't understand you.
If you don't join the Discord, this is the exact reason why you haven't.
Wow.
Wow.
I heard that.
Well,
I heard that like
Dr.
8
Soundcheck
times.
did the first one, and then I added a few more, for spice.
For spice. That's a spicy Owen Wilson.
That's from Marvel's Loki.
Wow.
Wow, Loki. You're like traveling through space and time.
Wow. Can you tell me what it's like to be strangled, to have your windpipe broken by Thanos? I have a lot of fan fiction about...
I started jostling early, like I was being punched too early, but
I saw that happen. You
says,
reacted on time.
Wamelon says, I'm in the Discord. Yeah, you are. Welcome.
Hell yeah, thank you so much for joining the Discord. I'm just going to say, for both of us, sorry ahead of time that nobody talks in the Discord. We do post links.
We're working on it. We need more people. It can't just be me and Ian talking to each other. I talk to him every Monday at 8 on our show DrawBomb. Tune in.
I think...
Follow us if you haven't on here.
Every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
You'll get notifications. You'll get more things on your phone going beep, telling you to do stuff that you don't want to do. And that's why you should follow us on
Yes.
on Twitch.
I will say, I think of all the people who post in the DrawBomb Discord, I think Dr. Soundcheck actually does post the most in it.
He does. He's the poster with the most.
I was gonna say the same thing.
No, it's too bad that you're slow.
There you go. That's slow.
Wamelon, yes, you can post art. In fact, that's the main purpose of our Discord at the moment. And a lot of times, we haven't done one this episode, but we normally encourage you guys to draw along with what we're making, and then we will show it on the show. And it's a fun time, and we all make a bunch of cool stuff, and we all pat each other on the back and make each other feel validated for making stuff. And what more do you want as an artist?
Yeah. If you ever post stuff in the Discord, we'll be more than that. And you can even tag us currently until we get really busy. And until if we ever get very busy with the Discord, you can tag us and be like, can you please show this on your next episode? We'll be happy to. We'll be happy to showcase. I should make a Discord channel called Showcase, where it's people can request to have us showcase and even critique their art on the next episode. That'd be cool, right?
That would be cool. I'd do that.
Watermelon, you do art though? Like that's cool as fuck. Like what
That's
sort
awesome.
of? This
You're
is
at
the
the
moment
right
we just
place.
start talking to the chat because I've said enough.
I
unless you
like
have
to
anything
talk to
else
the chat. It's my favorite part of the show, honestly. That's why I always
favorite part.
encourage everyone to come out of the shadows and say hello because it's fun.
Yeah, we don't know what you do in the shadows. That's why there's a whole TV show about it. But let us know what you do. Talk to us. Watermelon, you do art. Tell us about your art. We'd love to hear about it. We'd love to know what it is that you enjoy
Yeah,
drawing. What
kind of stuff do you like to make?
Work on? Yeah, what's your bag, man?
Like I hear
Or lady
drew,
or non-gender specific person, you know.
I drew the Antichrist who is returned as a cute pup.
I love that drawing, by the way.
Thanks.
I drew a classic.
That's a Conan.
This is a recreation of the Frank Oz drawing of dude who looks like Conan with a buxom lady on him. Frank Oz has probably drawn this drawing. We can all agree on that, right? Like Frank Oz has probably drawn this drawing.
Whoa, Watermelon
I've
has
drawn that.
some awesome stuff. I'm trying to think of the best way to show it on the stream real quick. This here, I can do this. Give me a second. Let me set this up.
Okay, cool. They say,
I like your work a lot.
while you figure that out, they say I posted some recent ones I did with a hilarious emoji. What is that? It says Farmugasm. So that actually is no longer hilarious and is a little bit,
Ian,
a little bit.
are you being like TNT and being scared of bad words and sexual things in the human body?
Are you afraid of sex, Brandon? Let's get this out of the
Yes.
bag right now. Are you afraid of the human anatomy?
Yes. Oh, God. Alright. Let me figure
Yeah,
this
but,
out.
I make random creatures kind of cursed stuff, I guess. I would argue that emoji is a little bit cursed.
A little bit. A
Me
little bit.
personally, but you can use whatever emojis you want. I don't care. We've had some folks who are there are people whose emoji game is on point. Have you ever noticed that? Like, not just in our chat, but in general, but especially our chat. Like,
I know, I'm jealous. I want to use some of them, but
yeah, Captain Sheepy's emoji game is very on point. They haven't been around as
That
of late,
is.
but Captain Sheepy's emoji game is always very on point. So is Crazy Kyle's.
Crazy Kyle has got it. He even like creates his own using channel points.
That's
What a guy.
true.
What a guy.
What a fella. Yeah, let me know when you got those arts posted up, and I'll start
I'll have
commenting
it.
along.
Just-
We'd be happy
Just
to.
a moment here. I almost got it ready.
I love this though. We have like an interactive component now. All of a sudden, this is great.
Yeah. All right. I think I can do this now. Let's see if this works. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So there we go.
Oh,
this is
hey!
one. It's really
Love
cool.
that.
Yeah, it's great.
That's
Colors
super
are
cool.
great. Good work.
I love the textures on this octopus with
Yeah.
the extra eyes. It looks.
Yeah, it's got like almost like watercolor looking textures.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I love the way that looks colored in. That looks very fun. I like
Yeah.
that a lot.
Colors are great. With the yellow
The mouth is
eyes.
great too. The overall the line quality I would say is very, very solid.
Oh, sorry for me.
Oh no. Oh,
Game of
dear.
Gunk. There you go.
Would you buy a jar of that?
So there's a fly buzzing around
Mhm.
from this leaking shorts. Is this where Mountain Dew comes from?
It looks like it. This reminds me of like that controversy about the. I won't go in detail because I don't want to. But somebody online was selling like gamer bathwater for some period of time.
Yes.
This is like
Yes.
the
Capitalism.
capitalism. This
I've
is
tried to
like
sell bathwater
the-
and no one's buying.
Yeah, this is the
Bullshit.
bathwater nobody's buying. Gamer gunk. There's a market for it. There's no doubt a market. It's delicious, says Watermelon.
I'll take your word for it. All right, we got more. We got
Right.
oh, here's a bunch of different characters.
I love
got-
all of these.
We got Squidward. We got a bee. We got they're toes.
I like that. I
Got
like the toes.
Spider
how they're-
Pig, which is from the newest Into the Spider-Verse movie,
That's
voiced
correct.
by
and,
John
and the
Mulaney.
Simpsons movie.
And then we got the Rugrats.
Those are the Rugrats, aren't they?
I
Okay,
don't know if they're intentionally the Rugrats, but that is what I was calling them.
I see Tommy Pickles for sure.
Yeah.
I see Angelica's mom and the one on the right.
There's a Phil and
That's
a Lil,
Angelica.
perhaps.
That's true too. Yeah, Phil and Lil and the Tommy Pickles. Have you seen the new Rugrats?
Huh. There's a new one?
Yeah, it's 3D animated and it looks
Oh my.
soulless. I
I've
can't
not-
speak much else about it. It's not Rugrats all grown up, thank the Lord. But it is Rugrats 3D animated, and I've seen screenshots. I haven't watched any myself. I think it's on HBO, but it looks. I'm not
You
gonna yuck
seem to
anybody
have
if
some,
they like it. It just like looking at the screenshots. It's like when you see something converted into 3D, and you're just like that
Boy,
has none of the charm of the original.
I'm sure it's beautiful. I like. It seems like the pupils on a lot of your things are kind of like Rick and Morty pupils. I
Oh
like that.
yeah, like
Kinda
the
cool.
like
Gives it
little
like
anemones.
Yeah, like scribbles. But yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I like this a lot. I like your
Good
colors.
stuff.
Your colors are very nicely chosen.
Cool. Good work.
Yeah.
Thanks
see
for posting
Gamer
stuff
Gunk
here.
again.
You should
Yeah,
definitely tune in and draw along with us, and we'll show all your stuff.
Yeah, every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, unless we are bored or we're in another state.
It's usually we're busy. It's rare that we just don't do the show because we don't feel like it.
Yeah, usually it's like a something has come.
We have
up.
valid reasons. We have valid
Yeah, I
reasons
would
sometimes. It's
I
always
have-
me that
I've never-
cancels. Ian's always available, and then I'm always ruining everything.
Look, I have just not a lot going on in my life. I mean, it's. I would argue I'm the reason we canceled. The
That's
last
true.
2
You
weeks.
you're finally responsible. Well, we did it 2 weeks ago. We just didn't do it last week.
No, but
Right.
like last week we didn't do it, and the week before. Oh shit,
We
we
did the
did
week
do it,
before.
didn't we? Right before I
Yeah.
left. Yeah.
Are you done with this drawing? I'll save it, and then we can
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
just
yeah,
squeeze
yeah,
one more
I know.
quick one in before the show ends.
If Watermelon, while you're here, you're sort of here giving us art. Do you have any sort of recommend or requests for what we could draw? Also, Watermelon says, I like pie eyes more, but the booty hole eyes are fun to do. Which
No.
booty hole eyes? Have you ever considered the Rick and Morty eyes like a?
I hadn't,
Like a
but now I will
sphincter.
think that every time. I mean, everything
Yeah,
else
it's-
in Rick and Morty looks like a sphincter, so it makes sense. Then when you say
Sure.
pie eyes, are you talking about like the pupil that's like that thing? Like it's like Pac-Man kind of.
Yeah, that's accurate. That's a good way to
I like
describe
that.
that.
Okay.
I dig that.
the
I dig the
ball
Rick and Morty eyes too. I wouldn't say my art has been doing the Rick and Morty eyes, but I have a brush that sort of recreates that vibe a little bit.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice stylistic change. It's nice to see shows doing new things, which I like a lot. There we go. Found the layer.
All right. So what should we
Um,
draw? I could look for a prompt.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm just gonna real quick, in case
Drawing
Watermelon
prompts. I
doesn't
often go to the
wish
website.
request them.
Right. Yeah. We'll wait, but
Yeah,
Watermelon-
Watermelon says.
we
Put
put
I'm
them
trying to think of something.
put them in the pressure seat.
Yeah, it's no
Which
pressure,
is-
honestly.
Which is a seat that you sit in, and then pressure is put upon you.
Yeah. No, it's no pressure. You don't have to. Well, like for instance,
It is
okay,
pressure.
art prompts.
It
I clicked object. They gave me a sad tree.
Watermelon says, only thing that comes to mind is something from SpongeBob or old school Cartoon Network.
Okay. We
How
did
about-
SpongeBob as Yakuza characters earlier.
I forgot about that.
I love those drawings. Those are so fun.
I need to look at those again.
They came out really nicely. I love Ollie's Squidward getting kicked in the nuts. It's so good.
I was looking at prompts, and one of them was a bride at a wedding, and it's like, as opposed to where? That's where they are.
Bride. At
That's
a
where brides
funeral.
are.
I just
Says-
got a sad tree, and I clicked refresh, and I got Tree of Life, so it's very tree oriented. You were gonna say something though. I
Watermelon
cut you off.
says, how about Ed, Ed, and Eddie or Flapjack?
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a
I'm
way
gonna
we can
do-
kind of make it our own.
I'm gonna do realistic flapjack. How about that?
Whoa. Okay. I'll do realistic. I'm sure they. I mean, well, Flapjack definitely used to do the disgusting
Oh, yeah,
paintings that SpongeBob and Ren Stimpy
Like-
and a lot of those others did. But maybe I'll do
The
like
hyper detailed.
a hyper detailed Captain Knuckles. Even though we only have 10 minutes left, but we can go over a little if we want.
We can do that real quick. We can do that fine. Up, Alright,
Oh.
I got a picture of Flapjack.
Just searching. Flapjack has some like hilarious drawings. I need to like watch that show again.
So good. But, kudos to what is his name? I'm so sorry.
Watermelon. Wow.
Kudos to them because Ed, Edd and Eddy and Flapjack are both shows that I really enjoy. So
Great shows.
he was looking at you, kid. You don't need to be a kid, but he was looking at you. What if what if the dude from Casablanca said, "Here's looking at you, kid," to a child? like he was looking at you, kid.
You're
and then
not
just
my
showed, like,
dad.
Not my dad. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking weirdo. All right. Watch out for these Nazis that are all over the place. Here.
Gross.
What's up?
Mel posted a drawing. I'll show this one too. Of
Oh God.
apparently this is like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre situation of Knuckles wearing Flapjack's head. My
This is a
God.
helpful. Yeah, this is a helpful
My
link
God.
to Wamelon's profile.
There you go. Check them out on Instagram under the very same name. I will
They
be
were
doing
not
that.
lying about drawing cursed stuff.
Wow.
Goodness gracious.
Wowee. Oh my.
Wow.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, that's the sound I made when I saw that flag.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Gonna terrify some people. The oh my god from Trolls 2 reminds me of the one stream that I've been moderating. They have like a thing where you can like request that to pop up, and they have a sound clip that goes with it, and it cracks me up every time because the person recorded themselves to saying the word draw, so that like when the GIF plays, he goes, "Oh my gosh, they're drawing her, and now they're gonna draw me." It just sounds. It cracks me up every time because the draw. I thought it was a robot. Like I thought it was a text-to-speech robot. It's not. It's the guy saying the word draw very dryly. It's so fucking funny though.
We need to come up with more fun stuff. The punching thing is the first of many things. We just haven't really come up with more yet.
Yeah.
We're just
But I will-
dipping our toe in the water.
Oh, sick. Thanks for the follow, Brandon. Don't you worry. I'm following you too. I am following
got you.
I wasn't sure if I'd click the button or not. I think I was following you actually previously.
Wow. Wow. Never.
Wow.
Wow.
Because I went to just make sure. I don't remember clicking the follow button. I forgot to, but I am following you. I don't know if there's a way to check when and where I followed you, but anyways, you know what I had to think when I saw John Cena show up in the new Fast and the Furious movie?
What do you have to think?
And his name is John Cena!
I love the scream at the end.
It's such a great song.
I went to a birthday party on Saturday, and it was a 30th birthday party, but it was like a costume theme of dads. So that's why I have a mustache. But I was reminded of this because you said John Cena, and I was wearing jorts that day.
George
which is-
Cena. Sorry.
Which is John Cena's, pants of choice.
Oh, that's right. They are, aren't they?
They are.
Also, Wamelon says, I guess we already follow each other, Ian. Weird. How do you know my name?
Who is this?
It's on the screen.
That's true.
Yeah, we follow each other already, I guess. But thank you for joining the stream then. Appreciate it. My favorite part of... First of all, my favorite part of your mustache is the fact that you have it right now. It's hilarious.
It's
in my opinion.
I'm liking it a little too much. Is this me now? Is this who I am?
Dog, I mean, look, here's the thing. I have this long hair. I grew it out of necessity. A little bit as an experiment, but also because, like, pandemic, it was like a good time to grow long hair. But now I've had so many comments on my Instagram saying, like, hey, your long hair looks good. And my brother's been saying it, and I'm like, this shit is such a fucking pain in the ass, though.
Yeah.
But people have been saying my long hair is a good look for me, and I don't agree, first and foremost. But it's weird because I think it's the same process as you've been going through, in which case people seem to be taking a positive reception to your facial hair.
Yours looks good. Yours looks good. Yours looks like it's well, not a lot of people have seen this yet, but yours looks good. It looks like it's like you're taking care of it. That's the thing that matters, you know. Some people look like they crawled out of a bunker, and yours looks like you're actually, like, you know, brushing it.
I do brush it once in a while.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
But I had long hair years ago, and I will never do it again because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
I think I've seen like one picture of you when you used to have long hair, and that was like way back when. But it's like so strange to see because I'm so
it's
used
very
to
strange.
having...
I get freaked out when I see it. That's how strange it is. It's a long flowing mane.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm glad you went through that stage. I think everyone, like, I've always said, like, for most of my life, I've had a stupid looking haircut, and I'm glad to have had a different haircut, every once in a while. Like, I've pretty much had the same haircut my entire life, except for this long hair. This long hair is the weirdest I've ever gotten with my hair. I've always wanted a mohawk because I've wanted to have a stupid hair phase of my life. Maybe that's the next part, is I'll trim this and get a mohawk.
I've done a lot of different stuff because, I don't know, it all grows back and you can change it up and it's not a big deal. I don't know. So I've felt like Halloween costumes where I like dramatically change my entire head as far as hair goes. And people are like, you did that for Halloween? And I'm like, who cares? It was fun. I don't know. I wanted to see what it'd be like. So
I've wanted to do that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that was it. That was it.
Oh. I remember, like, I'm a big fan of the movie Bronson, starring Tom Hardy, about Charles Bronson, aka whatever the fuck his real name is. He's like a guy who got arrested in Britain for theft, and then he just got in so many prison fights, he ended up in like solitary confinement for like 34 years. It's a great movie. If you can find Bronson on whatever streaming service, it's a great movie. You seen it?
Yeah, because you told me to, like
movie.
years ago when it was on like Netflix or something.
Oh, sweet. What did you think of it? I'm curious.
I liked it a lot. It's been a while since I saw it, but it's great. And, you know,
good fucking movie.
What's his name?
But I had the idea the one year. Like, there's that scene where he decides to get into art. So he has like this weird ass pair of like Dr. Robotnik sunglasses and like a mustache, and his like head is shaved bald. I wanted to go as Bronson the one year, but I would need to like bulk the fuck up, or else I would just look like a weird dude, like string bean dude, like with a bald head.
I think. I mean, you could definitely be an excuse to get in shape, but I don't think people the actually being fit part is necessarily the important part.
It's not, but it would have made like.
It would add to
the cost. It would have just made the costume, I think, a lot more fun. If I was just like, hey, this is me now. But the bald part, I think, would have been the most shocking. But I didn't get to go to a Halloween
never shaved my head.
party.
I figure that fate is coming for me regardless, so I don't need to fast forward it. I'll get to baldness. I'm getting there a little more all the time, so I'm just gonna wait for God to make me bald, and then I'll have to try it out then.
Well, look, if it's coming for you, you know, as long as you embrace it, I think. That's
Yeah,
the
I'm
key
not too
to
worried
it.
about it. I'll be fine being bald. It's all right. But
Right,
until
right,
then,
you're-
there's hair upon this head. Watermelon says, same Brandon, rat's nest were my problem. Yeah, my hair was a mess. I didn't really take good care of it. I mean, I don't know. Long hair was not for me, okay? Let's just say that. Watermelon says, I'm jealous y'all go straight to line work. I always have to doodle with the pencil first. I do that if I'm doing... I do that for almost everything. On the show, I go straight for line work. And in real life, I'm doing it more now, but I still, the majority of the time, especially with like professional work or, you know, things that I'm going to really like flesh out, I do line work first, or I do a sketch layer and then draw.
Yeah, I tend to do a skeleton or sketch. I tend to do a lot of like most of my time drawing is sketching before I get to the final line art, because if you like on the show, it just doesn't make sense to
we don't have enough
layer.
time. We're just always trying to speed up the drawings on the show because nobody wants to watch us do one drawing for the whole show. So so we just go straight to it. But ordinarily, I do a sketch layer.
Yeah, same. So don't feel self-conscious about that. That's actually perfectly normal. It's actually, in my opinion, it's better to, like, you can do, like, there are people who are just so good they can do the line art right away and they got it nailed down. It looks great. Kudos to them. But, you know, I think for a lot of people, especially me, the better your sketches, the better your final artwork is going to look, because you've planned it out, you've nailed all the contingencies down, and you are you know, you're just getting the whole thing plotted out before you actually start committing. So it's nothing wrong with, you know, doing the sketch
as a
work.
person who wants to make money off my art, being faster is always great, but the fact of the matter is the longer you spend on a drawing, the better it's going to be, and that's pretty much always true. So like if you do a sketch layer, it's going to look cleaner in the end, you know. If you can do it without that and still have a good product, that's great, because, you know, time is money. But at the same time, the more time you spend on it, the better it's going to look. That's kind of just always the fact.
Yeah. So this is actually a related question, but Brandon, have you ever done a drawing and thought like, fuck, I gotta do this again, this looks like shit, and then you did the drawing a second time over for one reason or another? You know, you lost
A
it,
million
or-
times I've done that.
And doesn't it look better the second time every time?
Yes. But I
It's so
don't want to
frustrating.
acknowledge that because I don't have time to do
So,
two
like-
drawings every time.
Right? I agree. So, like, I've been thinking, like, if I want to make really good artwork, and I haven't confirmed this, nobody follow up on this until I've done the research, but, like, it's made me think, like, okay, so, like, when I was in college, my teachers would do a sketch, and the sketch would look like a finished piece, and then they'd say, okay, we're gonna go on to the final now, and I'd be like, what the fuck? This is the final! And then they would do it again, and it'd look like 3 times as good. So I think there was a reason for why that was happening, and it was because they were doing the drawing, and then they were doing it again, so it looked even better the second time. I can't confirm if this is why, or if this is a valid...
It makes perfect sense to me. The more you flesh out your sketch, the more the real thing is going to be better, and the more, you know, everything. Once again, just the more time you spend on every step, the better everything is going to look, usually. I mean, there is such thing as overworking a drawing, but...
Oh yeah, 100%.
But that's not exactly what we're talking about here.
Yeah. So, you know, I've wanted to try that step for some time now. But yeah, don't feel bad about doing
No.
a sketch. Like,
If it looks good in the end, then your process is your process.
absolutely.
And we've
So-
seen your work, and good
That's
stuff.
good. Yeah, I like it a lot actually. That octopus is, I think, my
Yeah,
favorite. Probably
that was
because
my
it's the
favorite
least
too.
cursed thing that
Yeah.
I've seen. But also, like, the texture quality on the octopus is really nice. There's a lot of like really good things going on with the line art and the color. Your color choices, I would say, are one of your best aspects. Watermelon, I would argue. Like, even in that collection of like Squidwards and heads and the bumblebee and the other things, like, the color choices were really solid throughout. You have a good eye for color, I think.
I would agree. You've been inspired by Watermelon to make a cursed flapjack over there. Granted, actual flapjack is kind of cursed flapjack.
This is true. Flapjack was pretty cursed. I've been doing a lot of cursed drawings lately. I should
It's
post
fun.
these too. Do you mind if I post some of my recent cursed drawings
Please
on here?
do. This is your show. You have the viewers hostage. You can do whatever you want.
First of all, it's our show, and I have you hostage. But so the one person they were help you. It was the one person's birthday. It was Lord Spew who was on Twitch. Lord_Spew. He's been doing some draw battles and things like that on every Sunday and like pretty frequent art streams. But it was his birthday. He was doing a birthday stream, and
I saw some of the things people were posting.
Yeah, people make some really good shit on those things. Viewers and guests alike.
But I didn't see yours.
The one. What was that?
But I didn't see yours, so I'm interested to see that.
Oh yeah. So I'm about to post it. Just as a heads up, I'm just gonna give an introduction to this real quick. But it was his birthday, and he was doing a birthday stream. And normally he does drawing requests. People request things for him to draw, and then he'll draw them. And he was like, "Well, it's my birthday. I want you guys to draw something for me." So he said, "Draw me," and then he like thought for like 3 seconds, and then he was like, "Abraham Lincoln." And that's
Okay.
that's
I
what
like
you're
it.
getting right now. So I did that.
I like it. That is cursed. That is very cursed.
It's cursed, right?
It's good stuff.
There was
You have
also
to send me
a
that.
couple.
I want to look at that later. I need to study. it.
Yeah, you want to save it to a folder entitled homework.
I have a I have a new fetish,
Yeah,
and it's
historical figures.
7-foot people with unconventional hats and beards.
Next up, I'm gonna draw Julius Sees Her. But I don't have that. But I did a couple of other cursed things, but I feel like that was the most cursed of them. The other one was like Catboy Shrek, like Shrek is a cat boy, which was for those dueling drawing requests. The woman who, or that might be gender, I don't know. The person who is the creator of Owl House, they were doing one of those streams, and all of the requests were cursed. So there was like Kermit on steroids, there was a Furby with human proportions, there was Catboy Shrek, and so I drew along with all of those, and I tried to make them all as cursed as possible, but I don't think any of them were good enough to show on the stream, but they are things that I drew.
You made them,
Sure.
and that's
I
what
made 'em.
matters.
Wamelon says the perfect girl doesn't exist, and then
Abraham
spewing
Lincoln. Weird.
blood. Yeah, Abraham Lincoln, and they were spewing blood out of their nose, like in the Amanase, where they see something very perverted, and then the person starts bleeding from their nose. Have you ever
Somebody
done
makes
that?
some-
Have you ever seen a person's like bra fall off, and then you just like start bleeding out of your nose?
Spray blood out of my nose, like projectile blood. All the time.
Oh man,
Here's something.
you should get that looked at.
And I don't like to tell people this because I feel like it encourages. One of these days, somebody's going to punch me in the face when they hear this. But I have never had a bloody nose in my life.
What?
I might be unbreakable.
Oh my god, we're like the odd couple. I used to, until I was 12, I used to get bloody noses every day of my life, like maybe sometimes twice a day, until I was 12, and I actually went to a doctor's office and got blood vessels in my nose cauterized with like a gel.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. That sounds unpleasant.
It's not bad.
It says what? Watermelon says knock on wood, mate. You got it.
Knock on wood, seriously.
all of a sudden, like, a piece of the ceiling just, like, falls off and hits me in the face and blood sprays on the
Yeah.
camera. That'd be the best ending to this episode.
There's,
I
so,
would take
Crazy
my
Kyle.
freak being broken for such a great moment.
Crazy Kyle, who was in the chat, might still be in the chat. I was in the car with him. This was like 10 years ago. This is a long time ago that this happened. We were, I want to say we were still in high school or we were on break from college for the summer. But we were all in a car. We were all in like the center of this like shitty podunk town that we all live in. And it was me, Kyle, Austin, and our other friend David, who is not on these Twitch streams. We were all in the car together. And then Kyle had said previously, like, he has never had a bloody nose. Or no, maybe he didn't say previously. But, so we went to Dunkin' Donuts. We got some food to eat on our way to whatever destination.
Donuts?
We were just like, not donuts, like those shitty sandwiches that I got food poisoning from, like,
I didn't know
sometime
they
way back.
sold sandwiches.
Dude, I got food poisoning from one of them.
Wow, I'm gonna go get
so
one right
calling it
away.
out.
And then I'm gonna trip and
Dunkin'
hit my
Donuts.
nose.
Yeah. But that's right. The sandwich came to life, whacked him right in the nose. But no, he.
Fuck you,
we all got
Dunkin' Donuts. Why do your
sandwiches.
sandwich always come to life?
Oh,
my money back.
I'm giving you a 3 out of 5 on Yelp.
Sorry. Anyways, continue your story.
Yeah. So Kyle, he had never had a bloody nose up until this point. I don't know how we knew this. Maybe it was during the incident or after.
People like us, we like to call ourselves. No, I can't think of anything clever. We like to brag
You're
about
bruised?
our non-bloody noses. We like
You
to
call
tell
them
everyone
never-
who will listen.
Yeah, you guys are braggarts. I know it for a fact. Otherwise, we wouldn't be going down this road if you hadn't bragged about
It's
it.
true.
You fucking brag.
It's true.
So Kyle, we get our food. We're in the car sitting, and then Kyle's like, "I gotta blow my nose," and I was like, "Wait right there. I'll go get a napkin from the Dunkin' Donuts." Or one of us said that. Maybe it wasn't me. That makes me sound like a hero. I'm not a hero. I'm just a guy. But anyways, I'm just a boy and no one else. So Kyle's like, no, it's okay. I'll use this receipt. Which,
my God.
you know receipt paper. It's thin. It's pretty crinkly.
It's slicey.
It's slicey. It's slicey. And so Kyle started to like wipe his nose with this fucking receipt, and sure enough, he gave himself a nosebleed because he gave himself like a paper cut inside of his nose with this receipt paper, and he starts bleeding all over this damn car, and he's just like, "Oh my god, what's going on? I've never had a nosebleed before. What do I do?" And so we just started talking through the nosebleed, and
That's a fantastic story. And I think Kyle got what he deserved.
I think so. He deserved it. Wamelon says, food poisoning is the worst. Like, fuck peeing out of your ass and mouth at the same time. Which, as a person who experienced food poisoning twice in 1 year, I can agree. That is exactly what it's like. It's not good.
pleasant.
Give me 1 second.
How's your flapjack coming along? It looks good. It looks cursed. Yeah, food poisoning is no fun. I've had it, and I didn't like it. Nope, not one bit.
Didn't like it. No, it sucks. It's the worst. I remember having food poisoning and like in between bouts of throwing up and ejecting my bowels, voiding my bowels like horribly. I was drinking cups of water in between just so I wouldn't die of dehydration. Like, that is not a good position to be in.
I've been there.
By the way, my brother just knocked on my door. He let me know he posted some cursed stuff in our DrawBomb, even though the chat's right there.
I'll take a look at that. Sorry, I'll stop drawing on your flapjack, but I will go check that out.
No, it's okay. I appreciate you finishing the coloring and adding things.
No. Why did he do this to us? Alright, so I'll show it. Why not? It's cursed something. So these are I forget what the name of that place is. It came before Chuck E. Cheese, but it's the same concept. It's got a big bear as the main thing. And these are some animatronic bears that he posted. Very cursed. Oh, God.
Very cursed.
So enjoy your nightmares tonight.
That's the most cursed image I think I've ever. That's Five Nights at Freddy's right there, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I forget what it's called. It's placed in, some people in the chat might know. I'll look it up while you continue drawing. There is a thing, I think it's in California, but it's the same idea as Chuck E. Cheese, but I think Chuck E. Cheese ripped it off, honestly. Let's see. Okay, so I'm thinking of Showbiz Pizza, which I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I don't like the name of it.
Showbiz Pizza. And it's got an animatronic band. I'll show some of that on the screen. As you can see, it's hideous. This is what I thought that stuff was from. There you go. There's Showbiz Pizza Bear. It's beautiful. Someone
Good
made that.
fucking lord. Is that Ralph Macchio next to that bear? From Karate Kid?
Yep, that's him. No, that's not. But anyways, Showbiz Pizza. Don't take your kids there.
Don't. Please don't.
I've never been there either. I will say we used to go to Chuck E. Cheese a lot as a kid, and their original robots were pretty gross looking. I think they've made them look more friendly now. But in the 90s, Chuck E. Cheese robot band was scary looking.
Have you ever seen like the video of like, so apparently for Chuck E. Cheese the mask has to have like a ritualistic destruction in order to be properly disposed. Like the mask gets
Oh my
old
God.
enough where it's just like, this could be completely like urban legend, I don't know. But I've seen supposedly the instructional guide to dispose of this Chuck E. Cheese mask. It's just weird to do that.
Here's what, I mean, a lot of reviewers might know. I don't know what they look like now, but I think they're more friendly looking, like I said. But it's that me, things acting up here. No, I don't want to pay for the Dallas Morning News so that I can look at this disgusting picture. Let me look elsewhere. Anyways.
Zenu says they were from Knoebels, the bears he posted, which I've been to Knoebels multiple times with Zenoots and the family.
What is Knoebels?
It's a local amusement park. It's got a lot of nice roller coasters. It's like a decent amusement park with like roller coasters and rides and stuff. I don't remember those bears, but I can believe that they would be there. So their gimmick was originally these coal mining bears because in Pennsylvania there's a lot of mines and coal mining related things because Pennsylvania used to be a big coal mining area. One of the I think, now this could be an incorrect fact. Oh my god.
This is what the band looked like in the 90s. Look at Chuck E. Cheese's
Good
face
Lord.
right there. That's a rat.
Who is that drummer who's hanging out a human person who looks like Mario?
Yeah, that's who their drummer was. It was just an Italian guy. I don't know, maybe he was responsible for the pizza aspect.
It's a pie.
There's a cowboy dog. There's a cheerleader bird. There's Chuck E. Cheese who was having Vietnam flashbacks. And then there's a purple thing, which I don't know what that thing is. An alien.
As an Italian, I'm offended by the drummer.
Yeah, it's it's a racist depiction. I mean, unless that robot actually is Italian, then I don't know. You know, he can be whoever he wants to be.
As an Italian, we've had enough of these stereotypical Italian representations. Gabagool.
There you have it. All right. Do you have more to add to this, or are you done with this drawing?
How do you like my adventure?
I like it. It fits the unsettling drawing that goes with it.
Yeah.
Good
if anyone
work.
wants to
Good
Photoshop
work.
this, make it as cursed as possible, feel free. I love your knuckles, by the way. Your knuckles is
Thanks.
just charming to look at. Is that his Spidey sense?
Yeah, it's tingling. But Ian laughed at that joke and then froze because it was so funny. Zenut says, Hey, what do I... Well, I don't know if I can do the voice. I'm not Italian. So I'll say it in a respectful way. Hey, what do I look like to you? A fucking bippity boppity gabagool? You know, I don't want to appropriate the Italian people. Yeah, so we will wait for Ian to come back, and then we will play ourselves out. Hello. You're kind of back. Oh, you look like you're back in full form now.
I was kidnapped into the flapjack dimension.
Wow. I'm sorry. That sounds terrifying. I just noticed you gave a flapjack eye boogers. That's a nice touch.
Yeah.
All right, I'm thinking it's time we end the show. Ian, do you have any plugs?
Gosh. Oh yeah, but I did actually want to ask you the same thing that Zenus is asking, which is, do you want to do the Captain Knuckles voice? Do you want to plug DrawBomb in the Captain Knuckles voice?
Is that whatever his name is? Something Murray. It's Bill Murray's brother.
Yeah. Brad.
That's a hard voice to do.
Cooper Murray. I can't do it.
I feel like I would need to take a lozenge immediately after. So. No, I think the voice he was saying I can do is the Italian voice, but I was saying I don't feel comfortable appropriating your culture.
You better fucking not.
Talking about pizza pie and whatever else. But
only we can say a pizza pie.
Ian, do you have anything to plug?
Gosh, well, you know, there's this stupid fucking show I do every Monday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. It's called DrawBomb. Stupid.
Wow, that sounds fantastic.
Monday,
I'd watch that,
you're
except I'm
it?
busy. I'm busy on Mondays, so I can't watch.
Oh,
But
man.
for everybody in the chat, please click the follow button if you aren't already following. It helps us unlock more emojis and do fun stuff. And also, you'll never miss a show again. It'll be great. It'll be great for you and great for us. What else? Join the Discord, why don't you? Wow.
Yeah, thank you,
link's
Watermelon,
right there.
for being the newest fan, I would say.
Yeah,
who,
Watermelon, you are a trendsetter, I can tell, and people are going to follow your lead, and they're going to join the Discord, and they're going to post their own drawings, just like God intended.
Damn right.
Watermelon
We
says,
appreciate you
definitely will be
joining
back.
Discord.
That's awesome. You're welcome back anytime. I don't have anything else to plug besides what you already plugged, so I think I'm going to play us off. What do you think?
Please do.
All right.
Yeah, I got no problems with that. I was a little bit
Wow,
off.
Ian, you know all the words to that song. It's amazing.
It's like I made it.
It's almost like that.
Someone way untalented at music made that song for sure.
I disagree. But anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.
Thank you, folks. Bye.
Swamelon, Crazy Kyle, we got Leviathan Den, Dr. Soundcheck. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Thank you all so much. Bye.